4. Yup. Let me know if the audio's straight. As the room fill up, be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to smash upon the like button. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Come on. The official Law Nation Sports page on your Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Law Nation Sports. Appreciate you guys so much for tuning in and being part of these episodes. Come on. No doubt. Yup. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Sharing is caring. Shout out to the HBO gang, SG gang. Appreciate you so much. No doubt. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Come on. Good morning, good afternoon. Shout out to the Facebook. Appreciate you so much, Facebook. I see y'all. I see you and you. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Simply because you don't have evidence that something does exist does not mean that you have evidence
Come on.
that something doesn't exist.
What's good with you all? I hope all is well. Happy Monday to each and every last one of you all. As we go over the Cowboys picks, we're going to talk about this. The Cowboys, basically, in this draft, is everything kind of collide, right? The people that's high on the draft, the people that's low on the draft, the people that's pretty much in between on the draft. At the end of the day, we talked about grace and mercy. You got to give the front office that. You got to. You know, they tend to draft pretty well, and to do their own assessments and their evaluations of the process, they do it pretty well. And if we go through every player, we can literally see that the Cowboys pretty much got what they wanted. Before we even went into the draft, most of you guys said that, hey, we can win 12 games with this right here, right? And that's before you made a single pick in the draft. You said you can win 12 games, right? You said that we can go back to the playoff. We can run it back. And basically, in this particular draft, we did just that, right? We went into this draft knowing that far as the grades, as far as for what we can get from the rushing yards per game and all of that on total defenses, it was like our very much so weakest part of our defense. Rushing. At 22, ranked in the National Football League. So what we did was, with the first pick, we went and got Mozzie, one of the strongest guys out of this draft, right? And it's hard-pressed to say, hey, man, he's going to be a bust. It's hard to say that because we can't look at these guys individually. We're going to look at these guys as a situation and scenario that they are going into a system that you don't have to depend on Mozzie, right? And then on the second round, Luke Schoonmaker. We can all say, yeah, you could have went right there to get your guard. Osiris Torrance was right there. Why they didn't pull the trigger on that particular situation? But before we can even kick off the draft, my guy, let me come back over here to show y'all. My guy, Steve Jones, said he liked his guys. He liked to see what Chuma Edoga gonna do. He liked to see what you can get out of Ball at left guard. He liked to see what he can get out of Matt Waletzko, Matt Forniak, right? All of the Matts, so we got to sit back and just allow this particular team to go through their evaluation and say, all right, instead of bringing someone else in, let's go and see what we got with what we already have. Now, all of you guys already know your shortcuts to it, right? You guys can literally say, Well, Law, I can tell you right now, Matt Willetsko, Matt Farniok, the other kid, Joshua Ball, he going to be what's on the bottom of your feet. He's going to be nothing, Law. I can feel y'all with that. I can understand that. But at the end of the day, the Dallas Cowboys got their minds already made up, and it is what it is. So back to this list right here. Overshown. I like what he brings to the table. Fihoko, I'm still looking at what they said about him. What they're going to say is that instead of him playing on the edge, they're going to try to beef him up a little bit and put him down inside. Right? And we can all hope that he would be a better version of what they did with Tyrone Crawford. Y'all remember him, right? A tweener guy. Whether or not, he was going to play on the edge or the inside, and then he found his home in the inside. I think that this is a direct reflection of the Cowboys probably trying to get better inside, and this could be the last rope for, dare I say, Neville Gallimore. It could be the last hope for him. And I think that the rotational piece down inside will be the directions that the Cowboys will fall upon. So Junior Fihoko, he goes by Junior. Asim Richards, that's another philosophy approach that they are going to switch him from tackle to guard. I always say tackles make better guards, right? There's a saying out there, tackle make better guards on the next level. So hopefully they can get his hands involved and his feet together, and they're going to slide him down inside. Okay? All right? So, yes, Fihoko is Vita Vea cousins, right? They cousins. They know each other, right? Let's hope that transfer. But you guys already heard me. Fihoko is better than Vita Vea, right? All right, so Eric Scott Jr., they traded up to get him. Now, the storyline with Eric Scott Jr., his people had already reached out. Shout out to his peeps. Got his uncle. We might have a situation where we can have Eric on the phone and we can pick his brain. Shout out to my Mississippi boys. I can tell you that we shall soon see. In practice, in training camp, remember, everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, iron sharpen iron, steel sharpen steel. So if you are Deshaun Wright, if you are, let's see, who else on the fringe over here? Oh, Kelvin Joseph. Oh, if you are any of those boys, and they bringing in some new fish out there, right? They bringing in some other guys that was drafted. You make and say to yourself, and excuse me, you trading up to get to that said spot, meaning that they very much so don't like what you do, but they love what you do. And that, my friend, is a situation and scenario that the Cowboys player that's already on this roster, they better be mindful of that. Also, Deuce Vaughn, he's probably one of the favorite picks out of this draft, right? I mean, there wasn't a dry eye in the building when he got drafted inside of Texas Stadium or wherever they were at in the studios there in Frisco. Not a dry eye in the building. So we love storylines. Y'all know I love the underdogs, man, and somebody that can stand tall, even at 5'5", to let everybody know I'm coming in and I'm not leaving no food on the table. It's gonna be good for us. It's gonna be good for us. Let me say it again. It's gonna be good for us. Jalen Brooks, hey, he's a. Let me talk about Jalen Brooks right quick. He is a possessive type of wide receiver. Not crazy breakaway speed. One can argue that we like our pretty much so undrafted free agent class. It's going to be really nice. It's going to be a lot of people that's out there that's going to be given chances and opportunities for their name to be shining bright like a star, right? And I can't wait to see that with the undrafted guys. We got a guy named Durden. He's looking really good. Yeah, some people call him Jordy Nelson 2.0. So we got some guys, man, and Monroe Copper, we got that guy. We got a lot of guys that I can't wait for this thing to kick off and be a part of the Cowboys 2023 season to help us propel ourselves to that, you know what I'm saying, playoffs, editions, and beyond. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. All right, so I got some audio. I got some different points of views from other analysts here. So let me see if I can tune in to them and see what they say.
Ed is on staff there. Hugs all around. He shed some tears, so that was special. But I want to talk to you, Rick, about the best pick in your mind that the Dallas Cowboys made over this 3-day stretch.
Yeah, they had a lot of solid picks. But Overshown, the linebacker out of Texas, he is a Dan Quinn type player. He was a safety that moved up to linebacker. You see the progress he's made from 21 to this past year. Naturally instinctive for the position, excellent size for the will linebacker position. He can run. He's instinctive to find a ball. He's an excellent in coverage. Biggest knock on him, probably needs to learn how to take on better. But when Dan Quinn gets a hold of these athletes with this type of instinct, he finds homes for them, and he'll use them in a way that will shine on all of his positives and strengths.
All right, so basically Overshown, and I can't wait to give you guys some film analysis on him. Overshown is a guy that pretty much is a bigger, and I'm going to say this casually, he's a bigger Donovan Wilson, right? So, but he's going to be playing down inside that role because his approach, his pursuit to the ball is similar. He's safety that been converted to a linebacker. He a guy that will be a Dan Quinn chess piece. When we talked to me and Boss Cowboy Sports, we got a chance to have our open lines of communication with Jabril Cox last year. And Jabril Cox, who all remember him during training camp? A lot of us was like, man, this kid acting like he don't even have the injury, right? The ACL recovery. He was flying around doing everything and anything that he could do to scrape the ball away, to make impacts on the plays. But he was one of those guys that when the season popped off, we were like, hey, man, what happened to that Jabril Cox kid? What happened to him, man? Well, hold on. What happened to him? Where he at? We couldn't even find Jabril, you know what I'm saying? But Curse, he stood tall all last year. And then when he was nicked up, we had my guy, Donovan Wilson, come right on in and never skipped the beat or missed the beat. And this dude showed up and balled out for it. I think Dono had, 4 or 5 sacks. Could have been more if they count intentional grounding. So it wasn't no really room for that type of role. But we can all say now that Curse, he's on his last contract, right, for the Cowboys, last years of his contract. And the name of the game is, when you look at this particular situation, I'm trying to replace you, right? I know it sounds crass, but I'm trying to replace you with cheaper product with somebody that's got more skills and upside. And that's just how it is. The Cowboys tend to lean that way. They don't draft to complement, but they draft to replace. And that is what it is. So when we look at this, Peg says, is Cox even alive? Yeah, he's alive, well, from what I heard. So what we can see here is that, okay, hopefully we can look back at this situation and say, all right, DeMarvin, we need to see what you can do, put out there on the tape. Yep, we need to see that. All right, so that's just the reality of it.
A player that doesn't have any trouble taking on people is your hidden gem out of San Jose State, the edge rusher, Vimy Fihoko. And let's be honest.
Junior, he goes by Junior.
Junior Fihoko. Our guy, Pete Frisco, was the first to bring up Fihoko, and he liked this young man a lot, young man for you.
Yeah, there we go. Number 2255.
And he's now made your hidden gem. So I guess one of the hidden gems is Pete Frisco, and now it's Junior Fihoko.
Yeah, I got to give Pete credit. He says, Rick, you got to watch this guy. So I went and put the tape on him, and this is a compliment. He is like a bull in a china shop. And what I mean by that, he plays with his hair on fire every snap. He's going to give him some edge rush. He can beat you with his quickness. I don't think he's going to athletically test like you want, but the way this guy plays football, though how hard he works to get to the ball, his motor never stops. Again, another great pick for Dan Quinn and the Dallas Cowboys.
All right, so the Fihoko analysis, I get what they're saying, but they're going to use him as a conversion guy. They're going to put him down inside. And the only time I can think of it is, let me go back to this list. We're not going to talk about the undrafted guys. We're going to save that for an undrafted show. Okay, we're going to talk about those guys on an undrafted show because there's so many good people out there, and I don't want to overlook them. But when we look at this list right here again, who do you guys seeing out of this list that would be a flat-out starter? I said it during the draft, like post-draft, I don't see a direct starter. All of these guys pretty much going to be rotated in. Every last one. Mozzie, you can bang on the table all you want, but Jonathan Hankins, he's the starter. He's going to be rotated in. Luke Schoonmaker, he's behind Fihoko. Overshown, he got an uphill battle. He got to fight. He literally got to fight for every blade of grass he's going to be covering out there. That linebacker room, yeah, we can talk about this and that, but hey, it is what it is. Richards, he's going to be a converted tackle to a guard spot. Day one, I don't see him beating out Chuma Edoga unless there's injuries or what have you. I don't see him technically beating out a Joshua Ball because they're going to figure out how they can get him out there on the field. Eric Scott Jr., I don't foresee him being the starter. But maybe we can roll out a Deron Bland type of plan, but it's going to be hard for that brother to get some PT when we have Izzy, we have Bell, we have, let's say, for example, we have, of course, Stephon Gilmore. We got guys, okay? And then we talk about Deuce Vaughn. He may get the most touches out of everybody between him, Mozzie, and Luke. Deuce may get enough touches, but he ain't the starter. That's Tony Pollard role, right? Then right behind that, Rojo. And right behind Rojo is going to be Malik Davis. And possibly everything is kind of set up for Ezekiel Elliott to come back. Not saying that I'm banging the table for him to come back, but that's where the direction is. And we ain't going to even talk about Jalen Brooks at this point. Come on, man. Hey, man, we ain't going to talk about Jalen Brooks right now. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Cowboys didn't need starters from this draft, but for a left guard, the draft was addressing depths and trenches. This is from my guy, my brother from another mother, Jay. So Kyle, yeah, and that's what we brought up, and that's why I brought this this photograph up earlier. You know, this roster. This is why I brought this up. That's why I brought this roster situation up. Clearly, Tyron Smith, left tackle, Tyler Smith, left guard, Tyler Biotish, center, Zach Martin. Don't put the T in there, just say Zach Martin. Right guard, and Terrence Steele, if healthy, right tackle. Now, they leaked out some information. This could very much so be this right here, barring injuries or what have you. Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, my God, Beast Mode. Hold on, man. Let me read this one right quick. Hold on. Beast Mode says, where you at? Where you went to? Where you went to, Beast Mode? It's a funny comment. It went away. No. Here you go. He says, Eric Scott and Brooks going to the practice squad. Can you imagine the crow you have to eat? Not talking about you, but I'm talking about the front office. For you to move up in the draft, for him not even to make the team, that's crazy, right? That'll be flat out crazy for you to draft a guy to go to the practice squad. That would be crazy, but we'll find out, man. But going back to this list right here, I would tell you guys from the hearts of hearts that I can foresee Tyler Smith being the left tackle. Terrence Steele, because he's in a contract year, being your left guard. They're going to squeeze him into a new – this is the craziest thing. Only the Cowboys can do this. They're going to squeeze Terrence Steele on a contract year to left guard, right? and then they're going to give him left guard money. But that's a story of another day. Tyler Biot is your center, Zach Martin your right guard, and then Tyron Smith will be your right tackle. I can foresee that. I know a lot of people saying, no, I don't want your future. But that's how the tea leaves. That's what we can see so far. But neither here nor there. I like to listen to the new defensive assistant guy, and let's listen to him. Sharif Floyd.
Team in terms of physicality and passion for the game, and he displayed a bunch of knockback ability. He displayed, motor chasing the ball, and he got good get off, so it equates to a good pass rush and an array of moves that come with it. I think this guy can easily get into our rotation this year. And then within the next year or so, I see him moving inside to be a true 3 technique. He got the quickness and the get off and the power to do so. So probably get a little bit more weight on him and let him play inside and be disruptive for us.
Well, that's his thoughts on Junior Fihoko. Not Simi, but Junior. All right, so how y'all feel about that? Now, I get it, right? Most people say, hey, man, just draft the guy to what he is, right? Don't get cute with it. How many times, y'all remember back in the days, we used to try to draft a running back, put him at safety, right? What was that guy name? He took some good, he didn't take no good angles, but he would hit you. What was his name, boy? Well, y'all help me out. But we would take spots and say, hey, we would convert this cornerback to safety, or we would take this safety and move him at cornerback. That's what we used to do. But I'm not going to beat up Fihoko. Wilcox, J.J. Wilcox. Yeah, we took J.J. Wilcox. Yeah, he's a running back. He only had a spoonful of games at safety, but let's convert him to a safety, right? Hey, that's just what it is, man. Shout out to Jeff Heath, though. He was a good guy. He was a safety, and they made him a kicker. He was really good at that. I'm just joking with y'all on that one. But what I can say here is Fihoko, I'm looking at him to outperform. He's not going to outperform Osa. If he do, there would be a lot of cherry on the top for that, right? But we're looking at Fihoko to be futures guy down inside, not futures edge guy. We got our edge guy by the name of Sam Williams. I think that for sure, if they play this money ball game with my guy, Michael Parsons, and get him left snaps on the edge, and I understand. Because edge money versus linebacker money, y'all let me know who get paid the most, right? Osa look huge. Pause. It's from Blake. Osa did look like he been in that weight room and doing a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah. We made Herschel Walker a tight end, Law. Herschel Walker, we got rid of Herschel Walker for all of those draft picks, and we brought him back to be a special teams guy. Yeah, I remember that. Alex Alacone, he's our defensive tackle. So sometimes we look at it and say, hey, man, just draft the guy for what you need. Don't try to draft the guy and put him somewhere else, But it is what it is. Come on.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, do you think that he has the ability to kind of move inside and be disruptive there? And you answered there, so.
Yeah, he sure does.
Well, Coach, one of the things that I loved about you coming out of Florida as well was the hand fighting, and that's something where I'm always looking for from a college player transitioning to the NFL, because it seems like that's always a challenge.
Yeah.
And working your hands, winning with your hands, it seems like that is so important at the next level. That stood out to me with Junior Fihoko. Mm-hmm. Do you agree with that? And can you kind of explain maybe the challenges that it is moving from the college game to the NFL when it comes to certain elements like that?
I agree. I think he did a great job of learning how to play with consistency with his hands and playing through them. You see a lot of guys nowadays playing with flippers and playing with, just trying to get up the field, thinking that the vertical charge is all they need. But I think this guy's just missing a couple little things to make his game even more better. And then when you can consistently come out and knock a guy back and play with your hands, you got the ability now to play a gap and a half. So at this point, I think I didn't even perfect hand play until I got in the league, and I played pretty good with him in college. But I think the consistency of it is just picking a guy up out of his stance and keeping your pads down and being able to gain extension and vision through your gap without lifting up.
No doubt. So low man wins, and hand placement is everything. strike, counter, strike. Yes. So with that being said, it's going to take a minute before you get all of your tools together. And for anyone to say, hey, man, Fihoko going to replace D-Law. We've been trying to replace D-Law since Taco Charlton's. We try to get some tacos to replace D-Law. And D-Law's still up in here, man. So all of this, hey, man, let's get rid of D-Law. D-Law, believe it or not, you listen to these players, they listen to D-Law. It's just that his numbers don't reflect the results as far as sacks, but setting the edge, stopping the run, that's D-Law all game. I think D-Law's worst game was the Bears last year, right? Because he overcommitted on Fields. But outside of that, D-Law been very helpful. Even in that game in spurts, he just lost contain. And that's sometimes you're going to get that, right? You're not going to stop everything. I even seen back in the days, our guy, DeMarcus Ware, used to have fits against McNabb and Vic sometimes on the edge when they do the rollout, they leak out, and they are able to lose contain from that particular guy, right? So sometimes we can look at it from both perspectives. But what I'm saying is collectively, it's a middle ground for me. I know it's not wee-woo analysis. I ain't going to give y'all no wee-woo. But it's middle ground for me when we start talking about Fihoko taking someone's spot, and they haven't played it down yet, right? And that's just what it is. D-Law has been clutch when it counts. This is from T.J. Jackson. Yeah. What will make D-Law better, believe it or not? Big boy down inside. And that's what we did, right? We got Mozzie. Although he's going to be on the opposite side because, normally the 3 tech is right next to D-Law. But I wouldn't be mad if even they have a package in the programs piece, whereas they kick D-Law down inside. Let him use some of his hand techniques or what have you and have Sam Williams on the edge. It's a lot of things you can do with that. APR, CBS gave the Dallas Cowboys an A grade on the draft. Shout out to CBS, right? But what a lot of people fail to do and fail to realize, there's layers to it, to this draft. There's one, seeing the talent, go and get the talent, right? And then there's others that you can look at the talent and say, okay, I'm going to evaluate the talent, right, what we're doing right now, and elevate. There's difference between evaluations and elevations, right? So, for example, I'm only using the Eagles because they for sure love this channel, boy. If you're an Eagle fan, go ahead, because I know you're watching. Go ahead and let me see some of those birds in the chat because they love the channel. They don't like the channel. They love the channel. They let me know, too. And I ain't going to call y'all out, but y'all let me know. Hey, man, Law, man, I can't stand the Cowboys, but I love jumping over here on Law Nation Sports. And I really appreciate it. Every view count, right? Every eyeball count. But what I'm going to say here, and it's not me praising them, but they're gonna say that they had the best draft on the planet. They're gonna say that, hey, they got what they call themselves now, the Philadelphia, Georgia Bulldog Eagles. If there's ever such a thing, right? I can only imagine if you're a diehard Georgia fan, right, Bulldog fan, and now all of those players going to the Eagles, and you're sitting there like, oh man, God dog, can't stand those boys, right? But at the end of the day, when you look at everything, you will literally say to yourself, it's cool and all, they got all of those boys and everything, but who's coaching them? Huh? It would have been nightmarish if we seen all of those boys. Let me see if I can get it right quick. Hold on, y'all bear with me. I'm finna pull it up right quick. Because I saw this and I said, that's a good little photo right there. Hold on, y'all bear with me. It would have been a different story if they had all of that plus. Let me just pull it up like this. Hold on, y'all bear with me. Y'all bear with me. Hail Mary. I need somebody to create a nice graphic art design for us. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing all of these 4-letter, 3-letter networks making a beautiful, beautiful graphic art design for those other teams. I need for someone Sam Jordan says Michigan Cowboys versus Georgia Eagles. All right, so I need somebody to create a beautiful overlay for us. You know what I'm saying? One of these 3 major networks, you know. All right, so I look at this list right here. Yeah, it's cool and all, yeah. Cry, Eagles, cry. You know, they got the G up in there and everything. Yes, indeed. Now it's hard for me to root for Georgia. Now, if they're going to go to the Eagles, they done got some of my guys. But this would be a different story in a situation, in a scenario, if it was a situation, the Philly Bulldogs. Yeah, that's a better name for them, the Philly Bulldogs. If they had Dan Quinn, then I would have been worried, right? I would have been like, ooh, no. If they had like a Dan Quinn over there, right? A D'Amico Ryans or someone, I would have been worried. But, man, they don't even know who their defensive coordinator is altogether, you know? Come on, y'all. Georgia made that. Yeah, okay, I need somebody fancy. Somebody reach out to Michigan and tell them to get to work on some overlays, man. Yes, indeed. Georgia made that. A-Row, appreciate you. It's all good. It's all good. Somebody like, nah, man, you know, that team going to be hard to beat. No. We're not worried about the Eagles. The Eagles worried about us. That's just what it is.
Yeah. Well, you guys added Mozzie, and I saw that Michael was like, no more QB sneaks. With a guy like Fehoko, when you talk about the pushback ability, and the way that the league is with the mobile quarterbacks and stuff, is it important to start really getting that pushback, that when in the middle of the defensive line with how the league is starting to, those short yardage situations are seeming harder and harder to get now?
So I think this year we're really going to focus on disrupting our keys, knocking back that guy as opposed to looking in the backfield. I think by doing so, we'll give the linebackers a chance to play in their gaps as opposed to always trying to fight to get in their gap on a down, you know. So it's most definitely important, and we're going to definitely fix those things and play harder in those areas this year to make the defense better.
Yeah, and speaking of the 3-tech position,
that's a good point right there. Smoke one for you. He says, morning, Law, man, with all of the edge we got in this draft in UDFA, they might move Micah back to linebacker, bro. We got some dogs in UDFA, I'm telling you. All right, so what will be, and I hate to use this, what would you guys prefer? Parsons, 19 sacks, 90 pressures, I believe, you know, 2 forced fumbles, or Parsons with 12 sacks, 2 INTs, maybe 3. If he can get that would be crazy. 3 forced fumbles, 50 pressures, and maybe 50 to 60 pressures. And let me get that out the way. I think it's right here. Boom. And instead of our rush defense being 22nd now, our rush defense being like 3 or 4. Would y'all prefer that? Would y'all prefer less production from Parsons from a sack total, but more overall team production? That's what I'm trying to say, basically. Because he's not going to get all of that if he's not on the edge more, right? I mean, it's going to be damn near impossible. Parsons, 22 sacks, 3 INTs, 5 forced fumbles. Yeah, he ain't going to get all that hot spot because, you know, if he's primarily playing some linebackers, hook to flat, he may have more tackles now. He may have less sacks, more tackles, and our overall production would be, hey, our run defense is now top 5, right? Juxtaposed to being 22. And we can look at this. That run defense was terrible. 22, everybody else pass defense, I can live with 8. Offensive points per game, I can live with 6. total yards per game, 320 yards, I'm getting mad. When I see teams getting 300 yards, I'm getting mad. But I can live with that. But I, for dog sure, can't live with a team running on you, because that's going to take time of possession away, and it demoralizes you. It paints a picture that your team is weak. And I'm not calling the Cowboys weak, because stopping the run is a hit-em-up type of fashion. So Parsons going back to linebacker, it does another thing to the book too. The Jones family think they slick. Smoke one for you. If he gets more linebacker production, linebackers technically don't get paid what edge rushers get, right? And they gonna be like, hey, Parsons, I know you generational, man, but hey, man, we got this 5th-year option. We gonna exercise and all of this. All right, so what Mozzie brings, Sam Jordan, is for other guys to eat, right? That's just what I'm saying.
You talk about the guys wanting to get upfield and the pass rush. You're really having to – so are you looking to instill more discipline in these guys to be like, hey, you got to stop the run on the way to rush the passer. It can't just be about getting upfield. We have to, like you said, play your role, play your keys. It allows other guys to be free. Is that something you guys are just kind of reinstilling? Because it feels like the 3-tech position is becoming you got to have some pass rush.
Right.
So are you guys kind of reverting back to, no, hey, listen, we want you to have that, but we also want you to be fundamentally sound?
Yeah, I think you hit it over the head. Want you to have that pass rushing ability, but like you said, definitely want you to be sound. And then there's also my offensive lineman in front of me is going to take me to the play. He's going to show me what kind of play it is and things like that, as opposed to me thinking it's pass or feeling, trying to tell the D-line, hey, if we're on pass rush, when clearly we got a dot back, it might be a rundown. So I think on top of wanting to pass and not slowing down our pass rush, I think we just need to focus on the technique of what's going on in front of us so that we can stop what's happening.
Assistant defensive line coach Sharif Floyd joining us here on the Draft Show. But not only are we talking to Coach Floyd, but we also on the line right now have the newest Dallas Cowboy, Viliami Fehoko, now joining us. And first off, congratulations, Viliami. I mean, you're on with your defensive line coach, so you gotta get to work pretty soon. Sharif's going to get after you. But what's this emotion like in this moment after getting that call?
It's definitely surreal. It's been a lifelong dream of mine since before I can even remember. Just getting that call, and I play football, and that's what I do. So finally got that call. I know where I'm going, so I'm ready to roll, ready to hit the ground running as a Cowboy.
No doubt. Exactly. Smoke one for you. He says, and his production will be the same during like what they did with Steele and putting him at guard. Real talk. Laughing out loud. You called it too, laughing out loud. Yeah, I don't want to be right, though. I don't want to be right. I don't want to be right with that. Parsons, just pick where you want to put him at, right? I think that Parsons, before Fehoko get to talking here, Parsons to me, and we've been having this conversation, it appears like ever since year one with him, right? And if you're a D1 Parsons guy, let me know in the chat. I was a D3, D4 guy with Parsons, right? I didn't know how he was going to fit. But now we can look back and say, damn, that dude is fitting really good. But now the Cowboys are at the mercy seat, whereas do you want Parsons shooting through A gap? Do you want him a little bit controlling the C? Do you want him hooked to flat? Where do you really think that you can get the most out of him? And in my opinion, yeah, him at edge rusher will be nice, but our team is not built for him like that. If we were a 3-4 team, maybe. But by the fact that we are still a 4-3 team and we play a lot of big nickel, I like the mindset of putting Parsons everywhere. I do like when that quarterback get under center and then he looks out, he sees 11 on the right side. And then before he goes through his checks or what have you, now 11 is in the middle of the field, shooting through the A gap. I think that last year we were pressing a little bit more than what we were, and he played a lot of snaps at edge. Here's the thing. Here's my truths with it. There's a law out there that says law of diminishing rates of return. There will be games that we will have to play this season. Watch when the schedule come out. You can book it because they're going to want the attention, the revenue from our eyeballs when we watch the game. The 3 games in 12 days. See, no one is mentioning that. No one is bringing that up. That's a lot of wear and tear on your body. And truth be told, we know that Parsons, he's not looking for excuses. But I'm telling you guys the facts. There will be 3 games in 12 days, and everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, will still want the same productions from Parsons in those stretch of games. And even when it's said and done, they're going to want that. So that's just the reality of it. No other team is going to be faced with that, but heavy is the crown. Heavy is the crown. Every year, we know it's coming. So why not plan for it? I want us to be able to reel him in just a little bit to save Parsons from Parsons, save him from himself. Because I know how y'all think. Y'all will turn on that brother real quick when the number's not solidified. Like a third of people ready to turn on Tony Pollard. If Tony Pollard don't give you the production that he did last year or better, y'all going to be really ready to turn on him. Just like most of the people already turned on Gallup already. You know, after the injury, the expectations for Gallup last season were the expectations for Gallup to perform the same level that he ever performed before the injury. That's how it is, unfortunately, when you put the silver and blue on. And there will be 0 excuses allowed for it. Expectations will still be the same.
Hey, man, congratulations. Can't wait to work with you, and I'll see you when you get here.
Yes, sir. No doubt, Coach. Ready to go.
Already.
Have you guys talked previously? I mean, you said you got a chance to sit down with him. What stuck out, Viliami, about Coach Floyd the most? Is it the fact that he looks like he could still get on the field and play?
No, definitely. I'm just excited when I went on the third.
You all right?
Uh-oh. Did we lose Viliami?
You got that OC phone, man.
I think we did. I think we'll
get him back.
Yeah, we'll get him back. We'll make it happen. It was good. It was going to be a great answer to the question.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go. But
it's kind of cool having Coach Floyd here while we talk with Junior.
Honestly,
there you go right there. I didn't know who he was last year when we was out there at Oxnard. I was calling him T-Pain. I said, T-Pain coaching up, old boy. Yes, indeed, man. And that's him working out with Osa, man. So, hey. No offense to OC, man. You got that OC phone. But, yeah. But y'all gonna be like, yeah, the OC, man, I was talking about you, dog. Yeah, the OC know what we be saying, man. But Coach Sharif Floyd, if I know anything, he's going to be still doing the same thing that he did for Osa. Osa literally, and I'm not hyping the kid, all last year stayed 30 minutes after practice and everybody leaving, trying to get to their destination. I'm out there watching. You know, I recorded it. I was like, I'm watching this, man. Because it's the little things you do. It's the small things that you do. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see him out there working with Fiocco. Yes, indeed, man. So I appreciate all of y'all, man, for tuning in. But, yeah, man, I call him Coach T-Pain out there, man, because he was just doing his thing. Let me see if I can – hold on. Let me see if I can – I know I got some new people that's watching, so I know y'all probably didn't hear the video. Let me see if I can do this right quick. Hold on. Y'all bear with me since we here. Boom, 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 boom. One love to y'all, baby. Boom, property, da-da-da. We're going to go to – here we go.
This is a new.
It's a first. Yeah,
I've never had a part of, so this is fun. Tell me about the reverse to that question. What stuck out to him the most in terms of the personality and getting to finally get in front of him and meet him for the first time?
Normally, when you meet kids that have success in college, they normally come in with a type of ego or some sense of entitlement. Right. Well, this guy came in and he was really humble. He was excited to tell us about his past story, and he was just open. The tape didn't match the guy in terms of like, why do you play so violent but you're so nice? So it was like, it was pretty cool to see, you know.
That's the case.
No doubt. Here we go. Just look for the results. Get upfield. No one is there to save you but you. Disengage, chop, defeat the two. Keep your pad levels low. Make the quarterback your baby. We seen this. That's why he's able to get the 4 sacks last season. The 1 forced fumble, 27 solos. Man brought everything to the table. Shout out to the coaches, making sure that he get everything right. That's what I like to see, Osa. Keep that pad level low and get to the quarterback. Salute. Right here. Here you go.
Nation.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, I watch the YouTube videos, bro.
Man.
Sir.
Osa putting in extra work with coach, and you see it's transferable. Rip, disengage, get upfield. We see these things, and watch the transferable evidence right here. Keep the pad levels low, chop, disengage, get upfield. Make the quarterback your. See, that was all. That's all in the makings right there. Is when you chop to disengage the hands that are extended and you playing that half body, you saw how he stayed to the body with his shoulder. He didn't separate from there. You want to use leverage and still spring out and get to the runner or get to the quarterback. And Osa did that last season. So he had 4 last year, 4 sacks. If Osa can give me 8, I'll be ecstatic by it, right? I don't think that Osa will give us double digit because it's going to be a rotation situation. But now if you put it like this, if Osa, and hear me out, and this is all going to be transferable to what I'm saying. If Osa is able to soften up that guard, just soften him up for him. Because remember this, and I think that this is the game plan for your mind for Dan Quinn's system with Dirt A and now Sharif Floyd, because got a now known position on that front, is for this front wave to soften up the guards. Remember, we rotate, they don't. They play the full 4 quarters, right? So if Osa can soften it up, and you have Fihoko, who we just mentioned earlier, he plays with his hair on fire. If he can learn to disengage, get upfield, rip, play with technique, bam, that could be a good situation for us. Even if it's a situation that, hear me out, if they use Mozzie the same way, they teach him, hey, disengage, play half body. We ain't gonna lie you straight up over him because I don't know what the hell Michigan was thinking about. Look, I don't want to attack you full, let me get half. That's half of the work. And I know there's 2 gap, and if they can get that brother up in there 1 gap, use those arms to disengage, rip, keep those pad levels low, squeeze inside, use that strength, knock them up out of the way. Because what can happen here, you can literally have a lineup where it's Osa get them soft, pause. I was figure out another way to say this because I know y'all. Osa soften them up, pause. But if Osa can just, y'all know what I'm saying. Shoot, y'all know what I'm saying. If Osa can just work on that guy, Big Jonathan Hankins can work on his guy. You can literally, when it's time for Osa to get out of there, move Mozzie there at 3-tech. And that, my friend, could be a situation for us. But it's going to take some time and some training. Let's go.
But a lot of guys, it feels like you kind of get that vibe with Tyler Smith. You kind of get that vibe with Mozzie. A lot of people, you a little crazy. Don't be trying to play it off. It's so funny because I've seen you around the building, and y'all don't be mad at me. I thought you was a player.
Yeah.
My bad, y'all.
Well, he was a player.
It's all good.
Yeah,
he was a real good player.
We were hoping the Cowboys would draft you that year as you were hanging around. I was shocked.
Me as well.
But Coach, I do want to ask you. You mentioned maybe the ability for Junior Foko to kick inside. How tough is that? The Cowboys have done that with Chauncey Golson. Do we have him back?
We do have him back.
Well, we'll hold that question.
Yes, so he is back on the line. Viliami, you got us?
Yes, sir.
Too much of the party, it just created a little bit in the atmosphere. It dropped your call. No big deal. We'll
no
forgive
doubt.
you for
It's
it.
about 100 of my family members calling me right now.
I don't blame you. We'll get you off the phone quickly, but I did want to hear just what stood out about this coaching staff and how much you clicked with them early on.
I think just when I went on my 30 visit, I can just tell that, how real everybody was and just the conversations I was having with Coach AD, Dan Quinn, and the whole staff. Like I said, I can tell they're they're all about winning. The culture, the brotherhood, it's all there. And like I said, I'm ready to be a part of the Dallas Cowboys family and get to work.
Junior, a lot of people know your relationship as being a cousin with Vita Vea, who is in the league, one of the premium defensive tackles. How much has he helped you throughout this process and going through this?
A whole lot. Just in terms of motivation, I grew up right down the street from him. And since he's been drafted, he's done nothing but, just progress every year, every day. And just seeing someone like him, Polynesian, especially someone that's my cousin to look up to, definitely a motivator for me. And he set the standard for our family and just the Polynesian culture in general. So such a blessing to, follow his footsteps and kind of try to make my own path moving forward.
You mentioned
man, the Polynesian culture, man, them boys strong. God just gave them extra strength somewhere in their DNA, man. They're gonna be strong. They're gonna be one of those guys that move stuff out of the way, man. And and they are very, 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 very much so passionate. I forget the kid's name that we had last year that was Polynesian, and I was rooting for him. And his people hit me up while we was out there at the training camp, and they was like, "Hey, man, I appreciate you for always spotlighting our son," right? And we've been trying to find that voided area. We remember Stephen Paya. We had him over here. We've been trying to continue to find a guy like that. So we'll see if Fihoko can be the best out of the bunch, man, that we had over here. And hopefully it could be a situation whereas now we don't have to rush this kid. We can continue to say, okay, the things that you did in college, let's see if we can work on this. And then next week we'll work on that. But we're trying to perfect these little small things one day at a time, y'all.
Your family being with you, how excited are they? And I know the Polynesian culture is such a tight-knit group.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure like you say, your phone is completely blowing up right now with everybody that's so
Yes,
proud
sir.
of you and what you've done.
Like you said, Polynesian culture, tight-knit families. Every phone call I get, it's either my cousin, my sister, my mom, or they're crying, they're making me cry. And just, just a testament to, to everything that we've been through in the past. And like I said, it's been a lifelong dream, and it's just surreal. I'm glad to be here, and like I said, I'm ready to work as a Dallas Cowboy.
Junior, if you could describe yourself as a Marvel character or an Avenger, who would you be?
Ooh, as an Avenger, I would say I might be Captain America.
Oh, well, fix me.
Hey, okay.
I'm asking because
Yes,
a lot of the players have their own guy. I believe that Micah is really
Marvel
a Thor
versus
fan,
DC.
so
Which one better, y'all?
we're gonna have to ask.
See, I'm not a big Marvel guy. Thor slipped my mind. I could be Thor too.
DC?
I can see that. That would be
Okay.
a lot of fun. What would you tab him as?
What I play him as?
Fahoko, yeah.
Fahoko, I got
Or yourself, if you want to do
Yeah,
that.
Okay.
I'm Dr. Strange over here, baby. Yeah, I think I ain't going into details. But if it wasn't for Dr. Strange, they would have never been able to beat Thanos. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Y'all know how it goes.
Well, if you go Loki, I'll go Thor.
Hey, I like it. That's good.
I like that one.
Very nice. Well, Hoko, I mean, we're really excited to get you on the way over here, get you to the Star in Frisco. Congratulations on this moment. Go celebrate with your family, and we'll see you get to work soon.
Yes, sir.
No doubt. So that was a good interview call from him. All right, so what we can do here, we press for time. I do have a Mozzie Smith audio, but we don't have to go into that. I want to go over this one right quick, and then we'll open up the phone lines. This was my guy, Maurice Jones-Drew, top 5 running backs, and he had one of the guys that's similar to his statue in size, and we're gonna listen to this right quick.
Dallas, I thought this was a perfect fit because he's able to mirror and match what they want to do in the running game. He can get him out in space. He can run behind tackles. Look at it. This is Bama? That's Bama? Get up out of here. He's getting up out of there. He's gone. It don't matter how big you are. Look at the speed. You can tell he's fast too because he got his head going back. Dude doing everything you want to do. The Cowboys wanted to do it, and obviously signing him with the injuries and not having Zeke right now, I think he's going to be a huge addition to the Cowboys, what they want to do.
Well, I like how he compliments Tony Pollard. Somewhere down there, they got to get a big back. Because I don't know who's going to be the guy that does the dirty work on those short yardage situations, goal line, but I like his explosiveness.
I have a feeling they're going to call Zeke back. He's explosive, though.
They gave his number away. They gave Zeke number away.
They gave it away?
Yeah, they gave it away. I think Stephon Gilmore won.
Oh, man. Okay, number 2, Bijan Robinson. And this.
All right, so, yeah, he was breaking down his top 5, and it was good to just get a glimpse at what he said about Deuce. I can tell you guys, and I know a lot of people are kind of like in the middle of the road with him. Some that commented on the videos that I posted so far. One thing I can tell you, man, with running backs, it's hard to grade them. Everybody, look, you won't know what you really can get out of these running backs until week 1 or week 2 of the NFL. That's the craziest thing. In training camp, everybody look good in training camp because you can't tackle no one. So everybody, yeah, woo, you know, and finish it out, you know. In training camp, all of the running backs look good with the helmet on. You know, what was the guy we had one year? He couldn't even see. He had no eyes out there. Yeah. Woo! He looked like Barber out there, man. You know, he couldn't see. You know, I forgot his name. But everybody look good in training camp. Right now, Queso, he could be in training camp, and he'll look good right now. My guy, El Patron 70, he'll look good. This lack of big pop on draft may be the most helpful. You're right. It may be the most helpful. You're right. But thank you for your support. We don't need a D-Hop. Yeah. Hardy was his name. Yep. Hunter, is it Lupke? Hunter Lupke, he's going to be really nice too, man. You guys heard me in my mock drafts, and we were doing it about 4 or 5 weeks ago. I was saying, man, go get Hunter. He is by far the best fullback in the draft, and he went undrafted, and the Cowboys scooped him up, and I think that he will fit right on in. Jaquan Hardy, yeah, he looked good out there, didn't he? Lipke, yeah. Sam Jordan said Lipke. Yeah, I guess the U is silent. So Lipke, we just call him Hunter, you know. Well, he's going to be one of the better guys out there when you can see him, number 44. I think they're going to give him number 44 as well, and he's going to look really good out there. Lipke is going to be looking really good out there. All right, so with that being said, man, I want to get y'all thoughts. We want to get this thing rolling. Call my phone, hit my line, only ones who down for 657-390-7391, brought to you by Powerheads Media, Law Nation Sports. Inside the Huddle. Appreciate y'all so much. Let's go. Kyle Juszczyk, yeah, he's going to be like that, you know. Let's go. We haven't had a fullback in a while. Last time we had a good fullback, we won a Super Bowl. Yeah. Let's get it. Appreciate y'all. One love to you all. Come on. Son of God, not a son of Sam. Keep it off the books and keep it coming.
There are 5 participants.
Boy, that line getting long. Y'all heard him jump on in there. 5 so far. We just turned the lines on. Keep in mind, man, we're going to try to get everybody's thoughts out there. Your opinions of the draft and how the draft will look down the line. Remember, it takes 3 years to properly grade a draft, so we can go over this list all we want, but in actuality, you know, it takes 3 years to properly grade the draft. None of these guys put on pads. Some of these guys, I ain't gonna even lie to you, some of these guys, their heart, you might have thought that it was in there, and then when they get their first paycheck, they pocket it, and they never to return, right? So some of these guys you have high hopes on. It's the one that can continue to figure out how hungry they will be for this, right? Appreciate you, Sadiq. Appreciate you. Say, Lord, see you at 102. Appreciate you, 102 1,000 subscribers. Appreciate you so much. All right, I got my guy, man. He's in here. Chris 214. You're live, fam. Talk to me, man.
What's up, Law?
Nothing to it.
Hey, man. I've been hearing folks have mixed reviews and stuff about the draft and everything. And I just want to make this comment. You know, if we don't go out there and get a Brandon Cooks, a Gilmore, I mean, this draft is different. Like, this team already didn't have a bunch of holes to begin with. So I do believe that Mozzie, he was the right fit. Luke, some people could say, hey, he went a little bit too early. He's not a bad player. I just didn't want him at 58, but hey, we got him. We can make it work. But yeah, man, I really think we had a good draft. But I want to get your thoughts on the Overshown kid. How do you feel like he's gonna get down in his defense?
I think he's gonna play closer to the box. I think that he's a bigger safety that they're gonna use as a linebacker, who is going to be that hybrid role. So Overshown, I think he rallies, he chases, he hit. It's just that for right now, finding the spot on the field for him may be difficult. I think that he's more of a futures pick. In my opinion, you still have Kurtz, you still have Dono, so it would be hard for him to get on the field, but he's a guy that we can all see that he's a futures guy. When he get out there, preseason's he's gonna have to make his name during preseason though.
Oh yeah.
Preseason.
Oh, yeah. And what are we? Yeah. And what are we gonna do? Hold on. Well, hey, Lala, I gotta go.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. One love, man. Appreciate you, man. That's Chris 214. Yeah. So basically, Overshown. I'm not taking nothing away from the kid, but when we look at this, man, when we really look at this, every single one of these guys are going to be rotated in. Now, we hope that Mozzie can outtake Jonathan Hankins, and then Mozzie come in first, then Jonathan Hankins finish it out. But in actuality, I just don't see it year one. That's why you draft now, right, for later. So it's good because we don't have to lean on those guys to be day one starters. And if they do, that's just cherry on the top, man. They just trade, pretty much is what it is. All right, I got the 469. What's on your mind?
What's going on, Law Nation? It's your boy flying above the rest. What's going on, Cowboys Nation?
Man, all is well, man. Let's go with it. Let's go with it, bro. What you got?
Man, so I want to start off by going, I told you all the tackles are going to go early in the first round. You remember that?
You did say that. I remember you now, Shoe. Yeah, you did say they were all going to go.
I told you, man.
Well, we still had a chance and an opportunity, man, to go grab a tackle, man. DeJuan Jones was there too. You know, he was my dude. I know he went in the third. What round he went? Third or fourth? I think third round. Did he?
He went third.
Third.
Yeah, third round.
Yeah.
You third, man. But I say this: I see what the Cowboys are going to do with our offensive line. I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me refresh your memory on something you highlighted the moment it happened.
Mm-hmm.
The guard / tackle we picked up. He played for Atlanta and the Jets and everything. Remember that dude?
Edoga. Yeah. Chuma.
Yeah. The Cowboys wanted to trade for him last year, but the price was too high, so they held back and they picked him up this year for agency. I believe we sleeping on him. I believe he's gonna be our starting left guard. I believe so, and I believe they're gonna keep Tyler Smith at left tackle. Stephen Jones keep talking about it. They want to keep him there. I know he's good at multiple spots, but they want him there, and that's where he's going to stay, y'all. Get ready. Tyler Smith is going to continue to be our left tackle. We know who our center is. We know who our right guard is. And our right tackle is going to start off being Tyron Smith until Terrence Steele is fully healthy.
He's fully eligible to return, yep.
Yep, and that's how it's gonna go. I'm telling y'all. Once he's fully healthy, Mama Carter's gonna bring him back, and then that's where the Cowboys gonna get to save money. Cause don't forget, Tyron Smith's contract is a heavily incentive-based contract.
Mm-hmm.
It's all based on how many snaps he plays.
Yeah.
So and Cowboys, Jerry, he gonna try to save some money where he can, and that's where he's gonna be able to save a little bit of money at. Because then when Steele is ready, Steele will go back to right tackle. Then we got our veteran swing tackle in case of emergencies.
No doubt, no doubt. I mean, everything that you said was on point, man, and it's gonna take a while, right? I'm seeing people saying the sim gonna be great. Yeah, I mean, all of these guys can be great. We can all say those guys are going to be great. We're not going to for sure speak negative and say, well, these guys are going to be trash. But here's the thing that we got to also say with this, for those that's in the chat, it's going to take time.
Yes,
you got to include that it's going to take time. And that's just how it is. It's going to take time, and we can't skip. There's no shortcuts to success. But go ahead.
Okay, and I got one more point before you let me go. I got one more point.
Mm-hmm.
I love what we did. I'm personally, because I watched, even though I'm a Longhorn fan, I watched a lot of college football, so I got to see a lot of Michigan play too, right? I'm personally am a fan of our tight end that we got in the second round. The dude's 6'5".
Scoon.
You can't see that. Scoon maker. Yes, sir. I'm going to be yelling Scoon every time he scores a touchdown.
He's the oldest tight end on the team right now. Yeah.
I'm a fan of the guy. But what do you think about the Cowboys? If this truly is a win now mode, let's give up a few future picks. Let's go get D-Hop. I think adding D-Hop to this team will put us over the top offensively, man. I really think so. I'm going to get off, let you rebut on that. Cowboy Nation, let them hang. We good, y'all. It's only up from here. F the Eagles. We're not worried about a damn thing they got going over there.
Yeah.
And Howard is not executive of the damn year. It's still Jerry Jones, Hall of Famer, general manager. Cowboy Nation, let's go, and I'm out.
No doubt, man. Yes, indeed. All right, so if we all in, well, at this point, yeah, I like D-Hop. But at this point, this is what we got to do. This is what we got to do. We done made it all the way this far. And the Cowboys, they love their own. They got to see what they got out of the third-round draft pick last year, Jalen Tolbert. And they're not going to rush it. So if D-Hop already expressed that he do not want to play for the Cards, just don't show up. Just don't show up. And then when the Cards release him, then dog it, we give them a cup of coffee for D-Hop. You know what I'm saying? Hey, D-Hop, come on down. But right now, I do like what we got from these unknowns right now. For right now, I'm saying for right now, the unknowns. I know I sound crazy, but let me see what I can get out of one of these unknowns, right? We got Brandon Cooks. We got my guy, CeeDee Lamb. And on top of that, we got Michael Gallup coming back. And we got to figure out what Jalen Tolbert going to do. Simi Fehoko. You see how the list goes, right? And all of those other guys, Jalen Brooks, all of those guys. We got the unknowns right now. So when those guys don't pan out, then what we can do is we can be that spot where we don't have to chase. They come to us. There's two types of approach to the game. The spider casts out his web, and he allow the food to come to him. He don't go and chase, right? We can attack and say, yeah, we want this. But when you attack, sometimes you can exert your energy the wrong way, and then you end up paying too much for it. That's all I'm saying. So just sit back, chill, and if the Cards and D-Hop don't work out, they release him, and then he can just land right in our lap if it's all made up to be the way it's supposed to be. Turpin got to step up as well. Yeah, keep forgetting about Turpin, right? And Turpin said it from his mouth that he will step up. So I can't wait to see Turpin too. Think about this, man. There's no more hitch routes they going to put Turpin on. No comeback at 5'6", 180 pounds, or how many pounds? I'm giving him too much weight. 5'6", 170 pounds, however big he is. I got my guy from the 757. You live. Banks.
Law was good, man.
No, all is well, man. Can't complain.
Yeah, man. Overall, man, I'm satisfied with the draft, man. With our draft, quick question. I came on the show a little bit late. Did you see the War Room video of them discussing, trying to decide between Mozzie and I think they said they were trying to figure out who the guard was. I think they said it was Bergeron. Did you see that?
I didn't see that piece. So someone kind of like broke it down that it was Bergeron versus Mozzie at that spot.
Yeah. And what Will McClay said, them going to get, he think, that Mozzie was pretty much between the two, ready to go now. Somebody that could, possibly pretty much start and go now. But I didn't know if you seen it or not. But,
no, I didn't see the battle. I heard about it or what have you. And here's my thing. Bergeron, he's a hybrid guy, tackle/guard. I think that it would have filled in a role for us because we got a weak spot at guard, right? So what they're looking at now is they trust in their own guys, and they're going to lean on that. I think that Mozzie upside, there's no other person that was stronger than him, right? like the dude, like he said, I haven't seen it, but they said that he bench pressed 325 24 times or something like that, 22 times. So that's strong strength, man. That's crazy strength. But it didn't transfer. It didn't transfer to results. So we'll find out, man.
Yeah, that's man. You talking about because I could do like 225 like 10 times, 2 sets, but 325. Good God.
Now, even with that, like you did. So, from my understanding, that's an extra 100 weights, right? 100 pounds, right?
Yeah.
So how? And I'm just saying, I'm not hating on the kid. How you are able to do 325 22 times, but you only did 225 34 times, and I'm only using only slightly. That should have been at least. That should have been at least 44 times.
I don't know, Law. He might though, Law. I ain't know, but
But he should at least did the 225 40 times. You know what I'm saying? That number right there. Yeah. I'm like, hey, you only did 10 more with 100 more reps. That's 100-pound lighter. Yeah. But that's the story of another day.
Sure. Yeah. I'm quite sure I give him about 10 reps.
I give him about 10
reps.
Yeah.
That's a big boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also I heard the guy just mentioned Overshown.
Yeah.
I like that pickup too. Now, I know you said something about a safety, but he played linebacker last year.
Yeah.
With his past season.
Right.
And I think that I was looking at, kind of just the kind of like the pre-camp depth charts and all. But I think they drafted him to be a linebacker, correct?
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that Overshown, he started off as safety at the college. Then he was converted to a linebacker for the last 2 years. So he still had that safety mindset and mentality. And I think that he plays like a bigger Donovan Wilson.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they'll use him at linebacker more? I mean, probably use him. I'm quite sure they will. But because they like them box safeties. But
they're gonna use him as linebacker.
Up a guy. Yeah, I think that's why I think that's a good pickup, especially with how Dan Quinn likes to use the, safeties down there in the box, man, as linebackers, as that, linebacker, that big nickel. But other than that, man, I'm pretty satisfied, man, with everything. Especially, man, we getting Deuce. I think that's a good compliment to Tony Pollard. The NFL don't like size, and that's why he dropped small size guys. So that's why he dropped. But man, I'm just, I'm ready to see how he is, man. In my years, I don't think we had a guy like that. He's explosive, gets out the backfield, and he plays bigger than his size. So
no doubt, man. I can't wait to see him, fam. And they got specialized packages for him. So I think that for whatever we seen out of the running back room last 10 years, this is going to be different philosophy now.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Appreciate you, Banks, man. Thank you for calling in, bro.
Yeah, that's all I got for that.
No doubt, man. Good call from him. Yeah, man. Look, I'm doubting all of those guys till they prove me. Who am I? Well, shoot, I'm going to have to get out there on the field. I would tell people this all the time. Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. And the bottom line is, the good thing is, we don't have to lean on any of these guys so that they can showcase their results right now, right? all of these guys, rotated in, and that's a good deal for us because of our team already being such a solid team with our roster. We don't have to lean on any of those guys. That goes a long way, y'all. That goes a long way. And speaking of that, we got Shisha Queen to be. Queen, you're live.
Hey,
What's going
on?
Oh, all is well. All is well. I can't complain.
Okay. I am so glad that you haven't been hearing my voice, right?
I know. I said, what's going on? You took a sabbatical away from the nation. That's okay.
Well, it wasn't completely away from the nation. I just didn't have nothing to say.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if I don't have nothing to say, I just keep my mouth shut.
Okay.
But at this point, I am so glad that that draft is over. Now I'm ready to see what these young players can do. I'm ready to for you to go to Oxnard so we can see what's going on there.
Yeah.
And you to be around the training camp so we can see what's going on there.
Yeah.
And then, you guys give us your assessments of what's going on. That's going to be exciting. But I'm already excited for the season because I felt like that we could have ran it back or better for this season without getting anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
With the free agents that we had gotten before the draft. They came in and solidified some areas. I feel like we could have ran it back then.
Right.
This is just icing on top. I feel like that these guys, they know what they're doing. And I pray that now that Kellen Moore is gone, that everything is going to be simplified for the use of the players that came here and did not get utilized. So we can see what their true potential is. And that's all I got to say. I want everybody to let them hang.
Let them
not hang.
Yes, indeed. Oh, that's my girl right there, Queen Cowboys, y'all. Yes, indeed. To the window, to the wall, baby. To the sweat. She right with it. She's flat out right with it, y'all. This is what I love to hear. All right, let's go. We got a few more. We're gonna do this, remember.
The conference has been live.
Let's go. I got it from the 404. You're live.
Well, All Nation, what's going on, brother?
Not much.
Hey, man, this is Dr. Tav Quincy Healy. I normally call in the boss when y'all do the final word. He calls me Pastor Tav, man.
Pastor?
Up in the DMV area.
Okay, let me save you in here as that. Let me save you in here. Go ahead. Spit your mind, Pastor.
No, man, I think that that everybody needs to relax, and you've alluded to this, man. We just don't know what the production is because we haven't seen them on the field. They haven't been trained up.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's some excitement, there's some disappointment, but the Cowboys have stated we know that their number one offensive lineman they wanted was Darnell Wright. And I was hoping that he would at least slip down so we can go up to get him. But when the Bears took him, I mean, that pretty much took most of the offensive linemen, out of play for the first round.
Right.
I did hear the comment about Bergeron, but I don't think Bergeron was a first-round pick. I think he would have been a reach at the second round. But the Cowboys have made moves with their current offensive line, getting the free agent from – not the free agent, I'm sorry, but getting the guy from the Jets. And then I think they just want to see what they have in the building.
Right.
And I just don't think we need to rush to conclusions, or jump to conclusions, rather, because we don't know how the injury is going to play out.
Right.
You just don't know.
And
we got a new offense. We got a new offensive caller and a new system. With at least some addendums to the system that we have. We just have to see how this is going to happen. What I will say is I feel confident that we got stronger on the defensive side of the ball, and that has been our strength, and that's what we're going to play forward to, or play towards, which I think is really smart. But just tell everybody to chill for a second.
Yes, indeed. Let's not rush it.
Just chill.
Yeah.
Don't rush it, man. This is chill. And then the last thing I'll tell you this, man. I got a strong feeling Zeke coming back, dog.
Oh, I feel it. I feel it too.
I just do, man. Especially since they didn't get, a running back high. I like Deuce as a not a substitute, but an addendum to what we have in the backfield with Tony Pollard, and Malik Davis, and Rico Dowdle, and Ron Jones. They're good, but Zeke is proven. And I just think that, a Zeke at a lower price, and that may be what we're doing, because I think Zeke probably would have thought he would have been somewhere by now, and it's not about the money for him now because he made his money.
Right.
But I think that he just wants to be in Dallas, man, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's back. And you talking about Pollard, Zeke, and Deuce, man.
And Rojo.
That work for me.
Yeah, Rojo.
Yeah,
Rojo.
Rojo too.
Look, the off season is long, and you would not know what these running backs look like until week 1, week 2. You can see a little bit of it in preseason, but it's such a vanilla situation. These guys, you can't hit them, so it's no more two-a-days. So it's going to be weird to, it's the area of the unknown. But the one thing I can say is we will have now more of a philosophy with run approach. I think we would not be doing shotgun runs.
Right, man. That's absolutely right. And I want to see how Rojo pans out too, man.
True.
Because I think him being a homeboy, but when you get a chance, man, and I just been looking at it. When you get a chance, I know you're already on it. I think we got to steal in one of these undrafted free agents, in addition to the fullback from North Dakota State, because I think they're going to find a role for him.
They're going to.
They're going to do that. I really like this Jalen Marino Cooper from Fresno State, this wide receiver.
He run really nasty, don't he? He's aggressive runner.
I like him, man.
At the catch.
I like him, man, and he's like I look at him as like a supercharged, Cole Beasley, and I'll say that because his body's bigger.
Right.
Being 5'11", 172, and he runs a 4.4, man.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have anybody like that on our squad right now, and he's a nasty receiver, man, and he was featured. I mean, you get 84 and 85 receptions. That you hungry.
You hungry.
And I think that's what we got. We got some football players, man. And as long as you get football players, you're gonna be good. But I looked at some of this film, man. I was like, man.
Did you look up the other kid that they in small school, Durden, David? Did you look him up?
From West Florida.
Yeah.
No, I didn't look him up yet.
Look him up, man. Bro. Look him up. It's gonna be hard to find it, but even if you're just watching. And this is what I look at from wide receivers. They releases off the LOS, even if it's smaller snippets, how they get off the LOS, what they do at the top of the route, how they attack the ball, do they greet it with their hands, do they allow it to hit their body, and what they do after the catch. Even if, I don't care if it's highlight, long form, but I'm looking at those things as it relates to wide receiver because that's one of the areas that you can look at. Separation off the LOS. Are they too tall? Do they crawl? Do they absorb the hit? Do they look for contact? Do they avoid it? There's so many things that you can pick up just after small snippets of film, But that's just that's how I look at it, Pastor. Appreciate you for calling in.
You're right, man.
Mm-hmm.
You're right, man. And last thing I tell you, man, I think Jalen Turpin might be in trouble, bro.
Right.
If you don't do something this year, because these some dogs, man. They some dogs, man. Like I'm seeing that. I didn't know that guy Durden at West Florida. I didn't know he's first team All-American. So that tells you about this game. But that Marino Cooper, man, they some dogs, bro.
Yeah, that's why we so excited over the undrafted guys, man. Because Hunter, all of those guys, man. We look. That's where really Will McClay is at his bag at. It's like those areas in the back end of the draft, man. That's why I'm excited, man. That's why I'm excited.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
Man. Keep doing your thing, man. Proud of you, bro.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Yes, indeed. That's why I'm so excited, y'all. Y'all like, Law, stop the cap. I know where my guy is, man. Where my guy is, man?
Stop the cap.
Yeah, I know y'all gonna say stop the cap right now, though. But, man, shoot. Peyton Hendershot, y'all saw last year how excited I was when we got Peyton Hendershot, Freifogel, I was high on him, man. Freifogel. I don't know. I think Freifogel last year, shout out to my Mississippi boys, Dentario Drummond. It's still not going to be a cakewalk. Look at all of those rooms, man. Look at my guy, Action Power. Yeah, stop the cap. Appreciate you, man. But I'm happy. I'm happy that iron will sharpen iron, steel will sharpen steel. And I'm telling you, Action Power, there's a guy that's on this team. Y'all can call me Cap Boy, you know what I'm saying, with not the Cap Boy as related to Stephen Jones, but the other Cap, like what I'm saying right now. You can literally go back and look at that tape of Brandon Smith. I ain't gonna call him dog, but man, he's good, y'all. And now this is his third year on the team, second year on the team, on the back end of it. Don't be surprised, man. Of Brandon Smith, he wore number 80. He may surprise y'all all, man. I'm telling you, with the opportunity, Fant is that guy. I'm gonna look up Fant too. I'm gonna look up Fant. I haven't got that deep yet on all of those guys from Princeton. I'm gonna look him up though. I'm gonna look him up. Fant, Noah Fant, third cousin, man. I'm gonna look him up, man. All right, let's go with the 3, 2, 3. You're live.
Hey, Wall, how you guys doing today?
Doing great, man. Holla at me.
Man, it's been a while since I got on the call line. Sorry, brain farted for a second. I might work. But I wanted to say real quick, I think this draft was pretty solid in the sense that, first and foremost, I'd like to see Hoko pick up.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very smart to me. Because we need more bigger bodies by that defensive line. We was getting gashed by the run, man, and it was tearing us up. Because they was eating up clock by running the ball, you know?
Yep. We got that now. So, yeah, it's gonna all work its way out. Like he said, he plays like his hair on fire as far as stopping the run. He got good productions. I think his sack numbers, if you fall in love with just the stat itself, you would say, hey, man, he had more sacks than the guys that were drafted in the first round, right? So there's ways you can look into that. Mm-hmm.
Exactly, and I think another thing I was looking at, a lot of people kind of been hitting on it as of late, but I kind of thought about it after the season ended, was Jalen Tolbert's production and how he really was never able to blossom with our offense. I think it's a good thing that Kellen Moore is gone, so that everybody kind of now is on even playing field. That's how I feel. So that Jalen Tolbert honestly has the skills for what we drafted him for. You never know. He might have a chance to be wide receiver number 4 or even 3. You never know.
I mean, he had the height, the size, the speed. Height, size, and speed will give you opportunities. And he have a year in, not in his offense because it's going to be something new, but he have a year in front of anybody that we like this year that's coming to this team, whether it's undrafted or drafted. So, yeah, and he's been practicing with Dak Prescott, Dak been throwing him the ball all offseason, him and Dennis Houston, right? So it could be a situation whereas I wouldn't be surprised if it's week 1 once again, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, and Jalen Tolbert or Dennis Houston. I wouldn't be surprised of that.
I wouldn't either. I agree with you. Well, one more thing I wanted to say real quick. Deuce Vaughn and Tony Pollard, we're going to see a lot of stretch runs. I don't see them having them do inside zone runs too much because you don't want to get Tony Pollard injured again.
Yeah.
But a lot of stretches and tosses, I think, is what they're going to do and put that fullback in to make sure he blocks the linebacker on the second level when they run the toss.
Yep. You speaking my language here because so many people said, well, who's the power back? Well, who's the power back for the Eagles? They was in the Super Bowl. Who's the power back for the Kansas City Chiefs? They was in the Super Bowl. Like, who's the power back for the Niners?
I think people realize it's not a power back game anymore. I'm sorry,
right.
Not as much as because back then, you had to have a power back. But now, game to change so much. I'm gonna be honest with you. You run a simple RPO, and especially it's a stretch RPO. Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yep.
The amount of yards you can get off of that.
Yep. Hey, man, it's a good call from you, man. I appreciate you for calling in, Chief.
All right. You guys have a good one.
No doubt, man. It's a good call from him from the 323. Yeah, so, and I'm not discounting if Ezekiel Elliott come back. Call me crazy, but I never even really technically considered Ezekiel Elliott being a power back coming to the league. I thought that over the course of the years he got stronger and bigger to be that, but I like Zeke. I like the athletic, slimmer side of Zeke anyhow. So even if Zeke do come back and you run him in a system, in a scheme that solidify his roles and what he can do, then boom, he can fit right on in. So I look at it from those aspects too. So many people get blogged, I guess, with their mindset, oh, he's a power fullback. No. Zeke is Zeke, but I never looked at him like Marshawn Lynch. I never looked at him even like what a DeMarco Murray ran like, right? I look at Zeke like, hey, and I'm damn sure I ain't gonna call him finesse, but I just look at Zeke as a guy that can block. He can really block and run. So those are things that, you have to look at and digest as well. We fell into a system where we didn't have a scheme that was attached to the runner. We didn't. Thanks to the caller, Law, Cowboy Nation. Appreciate you, RC, the Third Nation. Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you. Thank you for your support. All right, let's go. Let's roll with it, man. I got my guy, Swayze from the 908. You're live.
Hello?
Hey, man, what's good?
Yeah, what's going on, Law?
Not much,
How's
man.
it going, man? I see you doing your thing with the draft, man. Like, what you did, 15 hours, 18 hours?
Man, shoo. It was a lot of hours, man. I stopped counting them, man. I know it was over 24 hours of content we done produced over here.
And so I like to say to the people, because I actually donated some bread. I donate on a different name, though. But I donated
Appreciate
to your coverage.
Appreciate it, bro.
I like to ask everyone that's watching right now, I got, I'm saying, $1.99, $5.99, because the simple fact is, he's doing this content for us.
Yeah, man.
We don't
Appreciate
have the honest, objective. Even if sometimes he could be not objective, we don't have that honesty from that Cowboys perspective. So the fact that he's doing 18 hours or whatever the hours is, long coverage, the least you can do is just donate $1.99. That's just my opinion. But anyway, the Cowboys draft, I give it a C-. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I feel like there's a lot of mistakes that we made in the draft. First of all, the first round pick, Monty Smith. Even though I do like him as a person that can, that can block the run inside the middle, he's a rotational defensive tackle. At most, he's gonna be there for two downs. He has no pass rush ability in him. He's not as athletic. He's very strong, but again, rotational defensive tackle in the first round, I feel like we could have traded back and still got him in between the early second rounds or at least in the mid-second rounds. I don't feel like a lot of teams were searching for him. That's just my opinion.
Right.
Luke Shoemaker, I feel like that was a bad pick. I feel like we reached to get Shoemaker, and the fact is he reminds me of Dalton Schultz. He has no pass block ability. I mean, he has some pass block ability, but at the same time, he don't like to get down and dirty. He doesn't like to, he's kind of like Dalton Schultz. He's a clone of Dalton Schultz. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Talking about block, spring, get out. Yeah, he blocked and spring out on the outside. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
We got another Dalton Schultz, and we could just got him maybe in the third, fourth round. I mean, it depends. The best one is the dude from Texas. I feel like he reminds me of Darren Woodson. I feel like that was an A+ pick.
Overshown.
6'4", 220. Yeah, and if you look at Darren Woodson's, when he first got in the league, he was 6'1", 219. So the fact is he's taller, same size, can play some linebacker in nickel defense, but also can play safety and can scan the field. He's very athletic. I feel like he's going to be a future starter and future Pro Bowl. That's just my opinion. He's one of those dudes that you got to look out for. Deuce Vaughn. Even though a lot of people love Deuce Vaughn, the simple fact is I did watch a lot of Kansas State because I used to, I bet a lot of my betting, man. So I watched a lot of Kansas State. And the fact is, and sometimes Deuce Vaughn, he's very, very small. His weight, he needs to gain some weight. The fact is, these boys hit hard. These boys they're just not college anymore. They hit hard. So I don't know that first year he's going to be very, I don't know if it's going to be like a Turpin type of deal where he's too small to actually to package him in a way because we don't know how he can navigate through the way the NFL speed is. You kind of get what I'm saying?
He's an unknown. He's an unknown. I have high hopes, but yeah, I give it what you said on that. Yeah, he's an unknown, and I love the unknown. Go ahead.
The Cowboys packaged it up. You know what I'm saying, with his dad. It's a good story. The Cowboys packaged it up. We're gonna have high expectations. We're gonna think he'll be the next Emmitt Smith. I get it. We think he'll be the next Christian McCaffrey. I get it. It's a good story. Jerry Jones, he's a key marketer, but don't have high expectations with him on the first year. This is gonna be a long. I do think Zeke is coming back too. The fact that Zeke is staying in Dallas, we can get him for very, very, very cheap. Zeke is definitely coming back to Dallas, but again, we're going to regret this. Remember I said this. Remember I said this last year. I said, yo, we need an elite ball carrier. Is that with Dak Prescott and the way he plays the game, we need an elite ball carrier. The fact is, again, would you rather have these 3 guys that we got in the first 3 rounds or in the second-round pick next year, or let's say a Gibbs or a Bijan Robinson? I understand that Bijan Robinson came away in the 8th, but again, like when you're that close and you're in that top 3 teams in the conference.
So hold on. You talking about would you rather have Mozzie, Luke Schoonmaker, and Overshown versus Bijan Robinson? That's what you said, right?
In the second-round pick next year, like if you had to look, right, and you was a football guy, and this is a type of situation where it's like, all right, next year this is our year. The window is here. This is the window right here. Like our quarterback, he's gonna get. And mind you, I know we got Dak Prescott for the cheap, or not. I'm gonna say cheap, but he's in the mid-range. But again, his contract is over in 2 years, and it looks like he's not trying to extend the contract. So we're gonna have to renegotiate, pay him top quarterback money again, not being able to pay guys again, and the window's going to shorten up again. So I'm saying, like, this next year, this is why I say you should have moved up in the draft. You got to put the chips on the table. Look at
my thing is now, we got every opportunity to see what Bijan is going to do over there in Atlanta. You know, so I get what you're saying, but now we can see that theory. If Bijan blows it up, man, and do some crazy things in Atlanta, which we all assume that he will, right? We can revisit this. But Mozzie, that was a situation that we got that for other guys to shine and eat, right? I know it's one of those picks that is not a sexy look. It's like, okay, this is a guy that you can call it reach. You can call it like, hey, this is a pick that we're not all in on far as over excited for, but I'm guarantee you Parsons going to eat. Law, anybody on that front should be able to eat if he can do the things that they think that he can do. But we'll find out too.
I'm not necessarily saying that was like he's a bad player, right?
Right.
I'm just saying like the spot that we were at, we could have got him in the second round. Like he was projected to be in the third round, probably between early second and third round, depending on what the team's needs and who's placed in certain situations. I feel like we could have got him a little bit later. We could have moved up the draft and got even more draft capital if that was the choice we were going to make. The simple fact is, again, like look at the Bills. Bills said, no, but we're going to move up in the draft. In front of y'all, get the Utah tight end because we need someone, elite playmakers on the offense. I get it. This is defense wins championships. I get it. But when you have not, like, we don't have that many, like, game-breaking speed playmakers that's like, oh,
well, let's do this. Let's do this, Swayze, before I let you go. We're going to put a placeholder on this on May the 1st, and we'll circle back. And then, you know, I know you got a memory like an elephant. You got me. You got me. So we'll come back to this date, and we'll say, all right, man, you remember X, Y, and Z, right? And then we'll go over this. All right?
And one more thing. One more thing before I go. One more thing. The fact is that's between that 4th and 5th round pick, why did we take a chance on a quarterback? The fact is, again, the negotiating table with Dak Prescott starts the beginning of next season. That's when we're going to start negotiating. Actually, it actually starts this season, really, we'll be very frank. You want to have leverage. Get someone you want to, develop over time to say, hey, Dak Prescott, we actually got someone under you. We still want you to be our franchise, but you can't break the bank on us. The fact is, we are putting ourselves in a position again to make Dak Prescott have no choice but to break the bank on us because he knows we have no one behind him. Come on, bro. It's common sense, man. Like, look at the Eagles, man. Like, I get it.
Yeah, they got my guy, man, Tanner McKee, baby. They went and got him. But I appreciate you, fam. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you. All right.
Yes, indeed. Good call from Swayze. I appreciate all his support and what he do for the nation. I'm not going to beat him up with his thoughts there because we don't know. It's still the unknown, right? It's still absolutely the unknown. And I have no way to fight to say Mozzie is going to do X, Y, and Z. I have no way to punch out and say, well, my guy Deuce Vaughn at 5'5", 175 pounds, he's going to be the best running back out of the draft. I'm not finna say that. But what I can say is that we going into the draft, we didn't have a lot of holes. Our only hole that we can literally say without a doubt was at guard, right? Left guard. And when it was time for us to draft guard, we like, nah, you know what? We're going to take Schoonmaker, right? And Schoonmaker is a guy that we can all say, hey, man, we got Jake Ferguson, Peyton Hendershot, right? I think that if they wanted to bring in a tight end, maybe, just maybe, they could have did that in the 3rd or the 4th round. Go ahead, solidify your core. If they would have went core, like I said, core on the defensive side, core on the offensive side, then we probably been looking at this situation differently, right? If the Cowboys would have went Mozzie, let's say the Cowboys went with Mozzie and with the 2nd pick, Osiris Torrance and Overshawn and Fihoko, and then somewhere down there got you another tight end down the line, maybe, you know. But at the end of the day, the off season is long. Schoon might be Gold Jacket Schoon, right? His RAS scores, when you look at it, very high up there. You know, it was very high up there. I think I retweeted it was up there beyond what Gronk did and what beyond even Jason Witten done, right? So his RAS scores and all of that stuff is great. But at the end of the day, if we need to depend on Schoon to win us games, then we in trouble anyhow, right? If we needed to depend on Osiris Torrance to be the guy, maybe, just maybe, we in trouble, right? So I think that's how the Cowboys look at things. Let's go to my guy from the 206. You in the mix. MJ, you're live.
What up, Law Nation? What's up?
What's good with you, man? Talk to me, man.
Oh, man, I've been watching all y'all all week.
Yeah.
And I was just watching people, how they was responding. I was cracking up. I said, here they go again. Tyler Smith. They was crying. Number 11, y'all was crying. We picked them, and we all killed the stupid Eagles. We killed the Eagles with number 11. Then we killed the Eagles with big number 73. And now we about to kill the Eagles with number 58. And I'm going to give y'all the reason why.
Right.
And y'all don't be listening. See, a good thing with my teacher used to always tell me, he said, y'all need to listen instead of running y'all mouth. Even the Cap Boy came on. That's Cap Boy question. Cap Boy said, see, I don't like the way y'all keep saying he's just a nose tackle. That's a hint.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like how y'all keep saying he's a nose tackle. He's a football player.
Right.
And then he gave y'all another hint to all you Cowboys fans that keep saying he's a nose tackle. He said, when we put him with Hankins and Mozzie, he said, my linebackers and my DNs going to eat. Pow! Just knocked all y'all out. So what that told me, number 58 is your new 3-tech. That weigh 330, got long arms, and he say, we're not going to use him like Michigan. He going to stop the run. We already know he can do that. But he'll get a lot of sacks. So what he's telling you, dumb Cowboy fans, and the guy that came on there before you, that means 58 will probably get about 4 or 5 sacks because he's going to penetrate. And he's going to kill Kelsey, old ass. Go throw him all over like a rag dog. So everybody's in trouble because now we got a big 3-tech. And then, what y'all don't know, he can play 3 downs. And then, Osa come in. That means then he'll play 1-tech, and Osa will play 3-tech on 3rd down.
So let me break this down. So basically, I like Jonathan Hankins. I like Jonathan Hankins between 20 to 25 snaps.
There you go. He'll play the first 2 downs, and then he number 58 switch over, and then Big Boy
and then Osa can yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see a philosophy coming in there. So and that could be like, it could be hit or miss. It could be hit or miss far as, you know, we probably want big boys down inside that stay there. we don't probably want to get caught with our pants down if a team seeing you trying to substitute and they would not allow to substitute. They would go hurry up offense and they catch you with your pants down. But it's both ways where you can really look at that. But I do love the ideology, MJ. Of the 2010 Green Bay when they had B.J. Raji, right?
That's how he played.
And Cullen Jenkins.
Thank you, Go. Hey, but the good thing, the guy run a 4.85. He don't play lazy. And they said, okay, I want to ask everybody in this chat, and this to you, Law, and I want you to ask your panel. If Marcy was playing with Georgia, what round would he win in? Tell me that, Law.
Jeez, man, you hitting on. Well, you get Mozzie next to Jalen Carter. That's shoot. I don't know, man. That's the unknown. But that would have been, that would have been Mozzie. It'd been Nolan Smith, Mozzie, Jalen Carter. Yeah, that would have been a hellacious front right there. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Instead of going 26, Law.
Yeah.
With Mozzie and Carter last year, Mozzie probably would have went. They probably went right back to back.
Yeah, but we'll find out, man. I appreciate you so much, man, for calling in. Any more thoughts before I let you roll? One more.
Oh, and the next out, the tight end guys, that if y'all gotta look at that. I mean, I was looking. I said, man, that tight end got some big arms. That dude is big. I say, and that guy could block. So that 12 personnel Law, you about to get a lot of it, and the guy could catch, and he was rated the best blocking tight end in college, and he can catch. So we ain't gonna miss a beat. And then like you say, Law, a lot of players gonna be switching up because Dallas like the rest of their players. People gonna be playing off each other. Okay, you go in now, Law. Okay, now you go in, Miss Daisy. Now you go in, Mark. That's how they play now. They not trying to hurt their players. So I feel good about the draft. And then only one thing on here, Law, before I leave. The only person. I'm finna tell him again. I said it on Steel Show. Mr. Ball, this is for you, Ball. They dropped all them linemen and they tackles. And all them guys can play guard. So, Mr. Ball, you better come and camp. If I was you, Mr. Ball, you need to be at the Duke. You need to be practicing with Duke every day because it seems like they want you to start, Mr. Ball. They want you to play guard, Mr. Ball. So, if you ain't going and practicing right now with Duke Ellington, shame on you, and you about to get cut.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, fam. Thank you for calling in.
Salute,
man. Duke Manyweather is his name, but I feel him, Duke Ellington. But it is what it is. The Dallas Cowboys, when you look back at this, even with Schoonmaker out on the edge there, you see him when he got that wide base. He plays with a wide base. I love that aspect of it. He's a guy that's going to help spring open your guy on the edge here. He can find a soft spot in the flat. There you go, right there. That's Schoon. And then wide base, get him right there. 86 there with the block. So I get all of that. And seam route, he can get that. He can get it done. That was a deep post though, and that's the middle of the field. So I would give Schoon his flowers, man. He should be able to come right in and take over a role for this team to help out at tight end. He ain't gonna be the end all be all. That's the seam route right there. That's good. Big body. That's when you have mismatch right there. You got a nickel corner on him. He's 6'4.5", 6'5". He gonna catch it, and that's one hander right there. So I'm looking for mismatch. There's only one football, and when you think about it, y'all, hear me out. We ain't leaning on Schoonmaker anyway, right? Schoon gonna get one-on-ones, man. Hey, they gonna roll coverage CD Lamway, and they gonna try to take we're gonna try to take the top off the defense with Brandon Cooks, right? So don't overanalyze the spot. Don't overanalyze it. We just need Schoon for a spoon full of plays. We need Schoonmaker for a spoon full of plays. Schoon for a spoon. That's how it's going to be. So don't look at these guys. I say, man, it's not an isolated situation. That's my best way to look at it. Mozzie, I'm not looking for Mozzie to get 8-10 sacks. I would like for him to get a sack along the way, but I'm looking for Mozzie to help LVE. Y'all know he plays better with clean pads, right? And on top of that, we need Mozzie so that D-Law can get off of his, and my guy, Dante Fowler, Armstrong, and as well as Parsons, so those boys can eat, right? So to Gilmore on the outside, Stephon and Trayvon Diggs on the outside can know that, hey, the ball got to get out within 2 seconds. The ball got to be in the air within 2 seconds because my boys up front is going to get some things done. That's how I look at it, man. All right, man. Oh, we're rolling right along the way here. I got my guy, Coach Marv. Where you went to, Coach Marv? You gone, but I got my guy, Action. Ryman Jackson, baby. You're live.
What it do, man? What it do, man?
Nothing to it, man. Nothing at all.
You putting that work in this weekend, man. Yeah,
man, you know, like a Haitian brother over here. You know how it is.
Hey, I knew you had a little bit of that in you. I knew it from the spirit.
Man, we got everything in us over here in Mississippi, man.
No, we down yonder way. You know what I'm saying? Everybody rooted for Mississippi now. That's dog called in Mississippi. My family started in Mississippi, but we went to Louisiana. But that's another story for another day. But my thing is, man, Schoonmaker, he was a good pick. It's just the timing of the pick.
Yeah.
I think that's what got us all in the uproar because of the timing. I'm thinking you got Osiris Torrance in the SEC, man. He played in the SEC. How do you we would be thinking that we're trying to counterpunch the people. We focus on beating Philadelphia and San Francisco. That's what we feel like our two biggest challenges are, right?
Well, to be fair to the front office, they probably like, man, we ain't worried about Philly. You know what I'm saying? That's how they probably looking at it. You know what I'm saying? It's the Niners. They probably worry about the Niners. They ain't worried about Philly like that. They put up 40 on that defense.
Take Philly out the equation.
The Niners.
Got Hargrave, bro.
But it's not like the Niners beat us down for 50 points. You know what I'm saying? They like in the last 2 games that we played against the Niners, it's not like they dominated us, right? They look, Dak Prescott decided not to have his best performance against the Niners, but the 2 previous games before Dak Prescott played the Niners, he used to blow the Niners out. You remember that?
Yeah. I know. Yeah. Come on now. I go to war with a 49er all day. I remember.
You already know. You know what I'm saying?
I was even telling them Dak and Zeke, they undefeated against y'all.
Yeah. I guess we should have been saving them wins up for the last 2.
We should have been. What is Jesse Holly? Jesse Holly that 1 year?
Yeah, Jesse Holly.
Was it overtime?
Mm-hmm.
Overtime win, right?
Yep.
Or it was late in the fourth quarter. Jesse Holly.
Yeah, man, you going damn, dog. You going all the way back to 2013, I believe, overtime.
Yeah, that's
2013.
what I'm saying. They go to show. I've been counting these wins against these 49ers, bro. But yeah.
But 14 they beat us though. 2014, I believe they beat us the opening or something like that.
Yeah, they came down here with Kaepernick.
Yeah, Cap. Yeah.
I didn't like that.
I ain't like that.
That's when we was doing so bad that it was more 49er fans than Cowboy fans.
Yup. And then we went on a run. They didn't beat us in a minute. And then these last 2 games, they didn't clipped us, man. So it burns, man, because I remember Bryce Butler got out one time on those Niners. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Man. I remember that also, man. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it was the time of the Schoonmaker pick when you got Drew Sanders out there. I mean, come on, man. It's like I just feel like Drew Sanders was a Cowboy. Then you see Sean Lee in him. I seen Sean Lee in him. Man,
I was ready to hit the white lion button. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna roll with that one. But he gone to the Broncos.
Sean Payton was gonna draft him, and I knew. I was like, Sean Payton ain't gonna pass him.
Yeah.
Sean Payton type of linebacker. I knew it, man. And what do you know? He didn't pass up on him.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the fear from the fan base is when we see our leader of our defense, we would consider Michael Parsons one of the leaders of our defense, right?
Yep.
when we see him on the draft, during draft day, praising what the Eagles were doing.
I didn't check out. So he was praising all. I think that.
Oh, man.
I think that low key. I'm just saying this openly. I think that low key. My guy Parsons be. I think he's from the area, what have you. I think he low key be liking what they be doing, man.
No, I said the same thing. I think he want to be in Philadelphia low key because that Pennsylvania. Sometimes you can't take that home state out of a person. You can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No matter what you do, but I think And AJ Brown was like, man, come on, Parks. You might as well go and say, come on over. You really want to be over here. He didn't say like, hell no, I'm good where. He just like kind of held his head down, bro. And I'm like, well, you know what I'm saying? This is the league. Our defense now is looking like this. You're not supposed to look like this. You're supposed to be, we ready. We gonna get, you know what I'm saying? It was like a little air got let out his balloon, bro, during this draft day. Until we got Mozzie, that's when he got crunked. But when they got Jalen Carter, he didn't like that pick. He was like, man, they got such and such, they got him, that's him, and he was making sense, But I think that's where a lot of fear comes from, because we seen one of our leaders, like he was a little, a little shaky there.
Yeah, Parson doing things that we're just not accustomed to do to hear. You know what I'm saying, from a Cowboys world, and he's the new age, right? He's a new age guy. That's not that's probably would say, yeah, man. He probably say, yeah, Philly my number 2 team or some crap. You know what I'm saying? That is how it is now with these new guys.
I can see him doing that though. I can see him doing that. Off camera. Off camera. Chilling with the partners. I can see him saying that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He paid close attention to him. You can tell because he was just like, and AJ Brown. I know they be having conversations off camera. Like sometimes Parsons, he be too much of an open book to the fans that can't. You know what I'm saying? Can't deal with this side of it.
Man, we just ain't used to it, man. And I don't think we ever get comfortable hearing all players praising. It's like equivalent to let's say Michael Irvin saying, yeah, man, Troy Vincent was cool, man, him and, going up against him and, all those boys, Eric Allen, we ain't using, like Eric Allen was good at his own base, but we ain't finna sit out here and say, yeah, open it. Eric Allen, dog, hey, man, he was good. No, man, we ain't finna do all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Reggie White was over there, man. Reggie White was a problem over there.
Yeah, we ain't used to that, man. So it's just gonna have to get used to, man, with Parsons, giving praises to the offensive line and stuff like that. I used to like when D-Law, he never gave them praises over there. Good and well. Like Lane Johnson, he was like, yeah, I got it, but I'm gonna get some busy work off of him. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna praise him.
Parsons, he more of like I'm gonna compare him to the way Jordan and Kobe looked at opponents to the way LeBron looked at opponents. Like, LeBron he's more of a friend. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, he'll beat them, but he's more of a friend to them off the court.
Yeah.
I think Parsons is like the same. He's like the new age athlete, or they more friends off the field, off the court than they are than I say the old guys was. You know what I mean? When they want to come in there and just take your head off. They don't want to be your friend, you know what I'm saying?
No doubt, man. I got to let you go, man. We got to get on up out of here, but I appreciate you, bro.
My God, man. My God.
No doubt, man. Good call from him. Y'all couldn't hear him? Some of y'all saying y'all couldn't hear him, Let me know if y'all can hear him. Michael is from Harrisburg, PA. Well, tell Michael, man, start talking about the other Pennsylvania team, the Steelers at least, man. Spread it out a little bit. Don't be talking about them doggone Eagles, because the Eagles fans take it and run with it. Talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers at least. They more humbled over there. Pitcher Charles Haley praising the ops, man. It'd been crazy, man. It'd been crazy. Even though he was the ops starting off, but it is what it is. Let's go with DK, not Metcalf, but this DK for the 214. You live?
Hey, what's up, Law?
Not much, man.
Man, you would wait till I get busy at work.
I'll circle back. I'll circle right on back, man. Let me get Jeremy in. Jeremy, you live for the 832.
Hey, what's up, Law, man? Hey, you putting a whole lot of lipstick on this pig, man. Like,
What you mean, man? You know, what you trying to say? You know.
This draft was horrible. I don't like it at all.
What you don't like about it, man? This is not raisins. This is not raisin in the potato salad. Come on, man.
It almost is. Like,
Wait a minute.
Before the draft, man. And I told you, Law, I wanted a Micah like I wanted a playmaker, whatever it was, offense or defense, and we didn't get that at all.
Overshawn? Oh, so you mean to tell me Overshawn is not a playmaker?
No. He
Okay.
is not no playmaker like the one that we need. Because to me, on our offense, like our defense, we got a number one playmaker that can play everybody else, but I feel like our team will eventually wear him out if they don't put another person like that around him. Like when you keep on bringing up our defense coordinator, but he had like 2 to 3 playmakers on his defense that kept that defense running like that. They had like a good 4 to 5 year run of dominance.
Right.
And right now we got 1.5.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Let me say this, and I'm gonna use this analogy, man. And the ladies know what I'm saying, you know, and the fellas do too, right? We already had the breast. We just needed the push-up bra. You know what I'm saying? And we got the push-up bra now out of Mozzie. He's going to push those things up a little bit. And now you're going to be able to see what can be done from Parsons and also from D-Law and everyone else. If we got the support system inside this team now. See, I think that it may not go the way you want to out of this draft, but Mozzie, you see what I'm saying, is going to push these things up, and now you'll be able to see them better.
I don't know.
People are understanding what I'm saying, right? People are literally getting what I'm saying, you know. So now we'll be able to see it better. Parson will be able to eat better.
I'm gonna have to be a wait to see type of guy, because right now I'm just not seeing it out of him. Like, the dude didn't register no sacks. Like, that's kind of like impossible for a first round draft pick. Like, it just don't make. It's just not, the math ain't adding up for me.
That's why you don't see. That's why I'm saying the magic of the push up. You know, you don't see it. It looks like it's not doing anything, but it's the most important part of the game. Gina just said amen. Gina in the chat says yes. You're going to get, she know it. She know it. You'll be able to get more out of it with the push-up. You see, by itself, it would just be everywhere. It would just be sagging low. You won't be able to see the full circumference of it. But now you can be able to see everything.
You still putting lipstick on again. She riding it. Riding the thing, you putting lipstick on it.
Hey, man. But it fits right on in. It fits right on in. You need the support. Like she can't go work out without it.
I hear you. Like I said, I hear you, but hey, and then, like I said, on the offense, like, the best, like, to me, the best I see out of CeeDee Lamb is Reggie Wayne. And why I say that is, like, he had to wait till Marvin Harrison move out the way, because Marvin Harrison, he was the number one, like, the whole time. And, like, Reggie Wayne could never crack that. And I see the same situation, like how we got rid of Amari Cooper, and then, like, okay, ain't got no choice but to have CD as the number one.
I mean, like, Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne combo was just remarkable, man. We don't have that here, but we do have some promises.
Reggie Wayne was never the number one though until Marvin Harrison left, is what I'm saying. Like, I still don't believe that we have our Marvin Harrison. I don't. That's why I said, like, I wanted a playmaker. Like, I wanted somebody I know that he's gonna go out there and make a play.
Is that what Brandon Cooks is gonna do? You got Brandon Cooks. He's gonna make him play, man. He gonna make some plays.
No, I'm talking about make plays. He dropped too many plays.
Well,
he dropped too many touchdowns for me. Like I said, he's a good player, but he ain't Marvin Harrison.
I mean, ain't nobody on this team, Marvin Harrison nor Reggie Wayne right now. You know, the only person who can come close probably is CD.
That's why I said if we had another playmaker, like to me, like
Who do you want? Wait a minute. Who do you wanted us to go get? There's going to be a Marvin Harrison coming out of the draft.
if we should have just used some draft capital and got the boy out of TCU. He would have been like a Dennis Brown type.
Come on, man.
And get the ball.
That is hope. We don't know if that kid from TCU, Quentin Johnson, is going to be that dude like a Marvin Harrison or a Reggie Wayne. We definitely don't know that. It's more of the odds.
That's why.
Go ahead.
No, this is why I'm saying what I'm saying, because you keep on saying 3 years. By the time Dennis Brown was in the league his third year, he was arguably the best receiver in the league.
Dude,
CD is not.
There wasn't a wide receiver coming out of this draft for Dez Bryant. There were none that's coming out of this draft equivalent to Dez, bro. I give it what you're saying. I understand, but this is one of those things where you got to put a placeholder on, man, and we'll circle back. Bro. For real, on the offensive side of the coin. I feel you. I feel what you're coming from, but at this time, bro, we're gonna have to just chill for right now, and we'll circle back. Can you do that for me? At least let training camp come around, and then we'll have this conversation when I'm out there at auction on the beyond.
I give you to the third preseason game.
Oh, preseason. Well, I tell you what. Can you at least allow 3 games or such to come in, because I don't even know preseason can tell us all, because preseason is so vanilla, right? It really can't get a fingerprint or a temperature on what this team can do. Think about this. When preseason last year, we thought for sure that we had what was that kid that was running all of the kicks returns for the Chiefs? What was that kid named throw the X? Desmond, not Desmond Howard, but we thought we had him too. What was that kid to run? What was the kid name? Kickoff return kid for the Chiefs, long time ago. What's his name? Tip of my tongue.
Oh man,
call him the joystick man.
Hall?
Desmond Hall. Yeah. Dante Hall. We thought we had Dante Hall out of Turpin in preseason. Remember? So preseason can't tell us everything, right? So we got to allow the season to manifest itself into. Yeah. So I give it what you're saying, but look, just put a placeholder on everything until this season kick off, man. Come on, can you do that for me, bro?
I can. Like I said, I'm gonna give you. I give you that.
Yeah. And you see Miss Piggy, she looking cute, don't you? She looking so cute over there. Come on, man. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for calling in, Jay.
You have a good one.
No doubt, man. Right. So we're gonna have to let the preseason. It's hard to even grade a guy in preseason. That's all I'm saying. Dante Hall, we thought, we had that 2.0 over here with Kevontae Turpin, right? So we just got to give it time. You got to give it time. You know what I mean? Law Cowboys just got to tackle. Who they got? Did they just Dwayne said he couldn't hear the last 2 callers. Y'all not able to hear the callers? Get out the way, pig. I think y'all are able to hear the callers. Just log out and log back in, man. I got Cowboys 92, man. You're live, man. You're live from the 954.
What's up, Law? How about them Cowboys, man?
How about them, man?
Man, that last caller, he tripping, man. He a non-believer. That's what you call a non-believer Cowboy fan, all right?
Yeah.
And I really do feel sorry for him, okay? Because I don't know what he been watching for the past decade or whatever. If you're a true fan, should I go back since '92? That's why I named myself 92. But anyways, I'm gonna say this. Like I said, when I spoke to you, I think the day after the draft or the day before, whatever, when we drafted Mozzie or whatever.
Right.
I said this not gonna be a flashy draft. The days of that flashy crap is over with.
Right.
It's over with. We here to build from the ground up. We started from the trenches. We in the trenches like we did in the 90s. Jerry Jones, going back to the 90s, how we got Russell Maryland and all them boys, Tony Tobers and all them,
Right.
And the Tony Casillas and all them boys, Charles Hayes and all that, that's what we're going back to. Because we realized, look, that's what the 49ers doing with their defense, and they the only people in our way that's trying to stop us from getting to where we got to go. So now they say, you know what? They would have built their trenches, well, damn it, we finna build our trenches.
We build ours, yeah.
All right? So I didn't agree with some of the draft picks that we got, but Overshown, yes. He like Darren Wilson Jr. back there. When I saw him, that's what he kind of remind me of. And all he is, he's going to be the future replacement for our boy wearing the zero right now. What's his name?
Curse.
Curse, yeah. That's his replacement, okay? He going to get a lot of special teams in like key situations, like on third down. We bring him in to cover the tight ends and fast running backs out the backfield. That's his job, okay? And we're going to have our boy number 6 back there playing a lot of safety this year because he's an enforcer. So what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is that the Cowboys, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, and then half of them undrafted picks they got, oh my God. I went back and like one of the callers said, watch that guy Prince Fant.
Yeah. I can't wait. Look, I can't wait till I get off from y'all. I got some other film analysis I got to do, but I'm going to start, when I start working on these undrafted guys, I'm going to let y'all know. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's something special, man. He lined up at fullback on the goal line. They did a trick play with him, acting like a quarterback, and threw the damn ball like about 50 yards down the field for a touchdown. And he reminded me of the tight end that played for the Chargers back in the day. That played. He came out that same draft with Winton, the future Hall of Famer for the Chargers. I can't remember his name right now, but he was like a great tight end for a long time, and him and Winton came out together. So what I'm saying,
you talking about the brother, right? I forgot his name too, though.
Yeah, he
basketball guy.
Pretty good yeah. That's who he looked like. That's what he looked like, but like an inch or two shorter. But he got the speed like him, and he got to run.
Oh, Gates. Here you go, Antonio Gates. Yeah, I know. I said the brother. Yeah.
He like a baby Gates. He like a baby Gates. That's who he looked like, but undrafted. That's exactly who he played.
For real, I can't wait. See, I'm gonna hold you to that too. 92. If I don't see Antonio Gates, man, I'm coming for you, fam.
and I got one more thing
to
say. I run it back in the backfield with Pollard, Deuce. Little Deuce.
Yeah.
Watch, you're gonna see a lot of split backs. You're gonna see a lot of split backs with 2 backs, 3 wide receivers, and make the defense go crazy, man. That's all I gotta say.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you. Actually, Mike. I think Mike McCarthy did say some more 20 personnel, some 21, some split back looks. So that will be great, man. I can't wait. Look, y'all give me crunk on Fant right now, so I can't wait to go look at some of that tape. And hey, it's gonna be good. All right, DK, man. I circle back to you, man. I hope all is well.
Yes, sir, man. I just got caught up doing some work, man. But I'm here, man. I'm still alive.
Nothing to it, man. So, we just having a casual conversation about the players we drafted and the support systems that we have now, just kind of like a push-up situation. So talk to me, man. What's on your heart?
Yeah, man. I just want to say, man, I've been enjoying this stream here today, man. It's been getting me through. But the last caller, man, I agree with a lot of stuff he said. And I definitely disagree with the dude before, man. Like you say, like they've been saying in the chat, some of these fans, man, it's like, let's go back to the 49ers game. I know you said, they barely beat us, but like again, we got to get over that. And I feel like, that's what they did in this draft, man. I actually liked it. Going back to what's that dude, that Taco Charlton pick,
right?
That was like the last time I felt like just confused watching the draft. I didn't feel that way. I'm gonna be honest with you. The only player that I seen before the draft was that I actually watched was Deuce.
Oh wow! Okay.
After they made the picks, I went back and looked at every player, like I'm pretty sure most of us do. And the one thing I noticed, everybody got like, how do I say it? They got like that dog trait.
Mm-hmm.
You can see like everybody film pop as far as just being greedy. You know what I mean? Like the kid Mazzy. Like you say, he was always in the backfield. So I personally would rather take that. You got to remember, we picking at 26, bro. And, you know, at the end of every round. So we got they only was working with so much.
Right.
This draft, yeah. If you gonna judge this draft, bro,
I had this statement right here. Those who draft the most needed the most. Right. I mean, we didn't have that many holes on the team. We just needed to have guys that can fill in for futures or to be added in as a rotation situation.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying going back to the 49ers game. The last 2 years, especially this year, I remember watching the game, bro. Like, you know, if you remember, the defense started fading late in the season, and I'm talking about up front,
right?
Micah included. And again, where the 49ers took control of the game, they started being able to run the ball, and then they got that big play with tight end Kittle, and that's kind of where the game just kind of turned. But before that, they was getting weak, they was getting loose. But it's just like they ran out of gas, and then we didn't have enough depth. You know, whether it was injuries or whether it was the big people up front. And some I know you said before, bro. You gotta, like, you know, be specific in what you ask for. And everybody, you know, most Cowboys fans, we know we've been needing a big man up front.
Right.
And so they finally gave us that. We don't know how it's gonna come. You never know how, you know, your blessing is gonna come.
Right.
We finally got the big man. Man, the dude, what, 6'3", 340. Like, bro, like, and he's 21 years old. And he proved on film at Michigan, like dude said earlier, like, okay, what if he came from Georgia? Bro, Michigan did okay this year. You know what I'm saying? They got over the Ohio State hump, like, they did okay. So it's not Taco Charlton, bro. And then, so I'm just to say that, like, I'm okay with the draft. We add a lot of depth, and then you got to throw in Cooks and the cornerback we got. What's his name? The guy from the coach. So overall, I think it was a good draft, and they addressed what they had to address. But what I'm really excited about is, again, none of these guys I watched before we picked them, so I was looking at the undrafted dudes, and I agree with most of the callers been saying, like, they picking up dogs.
They are.
So
yep.
If nothing else, like the fullback from NDSU definitely should be able to come compete. I agree with that receiver that they was talking about. He got some good film, so go check that out. But like the FAMU cornerback, or what is he? No, he's a safety / linebacker. Like, it's gonna be some battles going on in that linebacker room and in the secondary. You know, like Aquamu, people like that. They're gonna have to, like, fight for a position, because at the end of the day, my boy Will,
right?
He's definitely bringing in some competition, and you could tell he getting with Dan Quinn, and they bringing in specific players. So
and that's exactly.
Makes me excited.
Yeah.
No shade to, like, J. Lou or Cheeto or Brown, but I just feel like we was getting guys in here pre-Micah who, like, wasn't excited, bro, to put that star on. Like, if nothing else, Cowboys fans, we the most passionate fan base.
We are.
So
Woo!
Yeah. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
So a lot of the frustration, you know, with me and a lot of my family and friends who diehard Cowboys fans is like, bro, if we lose, we lose. But I want to feel like we left it all on the field. We went out on our shield. And it's like, before this year, you know, I chalked this year up to depth injuries. But, you know, a few years past, it's like, man, I used to get frustrated watching Jordan Lewis and them dudes on defense, bro. Like, so I like the fact that they bringing in specific dudes. They might not be Micah, but they got Micah mentality.
You got Micah. You know what I'm saying? So Micah should be able to elevate. And now that we got the support system up front, we should see him shine even more. And we got to understand that those 3 games in 12 days, we got to be prepared and ready for it. And I think that the Cowboys now, we trimmed the fat on the coaching staff by getting rid of some of the old ways. We don't have to worry about Doug Nussmeier in here no more on the offensive side, nor Kellen Moore. Those two things now, we can bring in more and more football thoughts and football mindsets to the table, and we can see now what Jalen Tolbert can do, or Kavontae Turpin can do. So all of those things should play a major role down the line, DK. I appreciate you for calling in. You got any other thing to say before I let you go?
No, a lot, man. I just, like I said, I appreciate it. And just the one point, like I said, man, I want to reiterate. Pay it, like you said, preseason don't matter, but watch the competition this preseason. Watch the dogs that go at it this preseason, especially on defense. And lastly, man, going back to my point about the game, the 49ers game, we didn't have playmakers. So let Lil Deuce, let's see what he can do. Let's see what Tolbert can do. Like you're saying, like a lot of the stuff they did, getting rid of Kellen, letting Mike, let's see what Mike can do. So we know we need to get rid of him. Let's see what Dak can do. Let's go get him a receiver. Like, I appreciate whether it's Steven or Will or whoever, Jerry, whoever is in charge right now, and I feel like they listening to us more.
I mean, they can't help but to hear it, man. We average over 4 million views a month over here on Law Nation. So I'm quite sure my face, my logo, or something that was said, it reaches the desktop of the Joneses. It got to, at this point. You'll type in Cowboy and you'll see my face like this, You'll see one of my logos or somewhere like that. So they know who I am, But I appreciate you, bro. Go ahead.
Congrats on the 100K too, bro. Like, you
no doubt.
It, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Come back there and get back to work, bro.
No doubt, man. That's DK, man. Appreciate him for calling in. So y'all give me what he said, right? We'll find out, man, what these teams going to do. Appreciate everybody who called in. Thank those who wanted to call but couldn't get in. So it's one. Look at Miss Piggy. What you doing up here already? Hold on. Get out of here, girl. Get out of here. She cute though. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yes, indeed. So I just look at it like this, ladies and gentlemen. We got these guys that's on our team: Mozzie, Luke, Overshawn, Junior Fihoko, Asim Richards, even though they're going to convert him back inside as guard, Eric Scott, Deuce Vaughn, Jalen Brooks, all of those boys. I can tell y'all that this team is going to work these boys. Nobody's going to be given a comfortable bet. No one. No one, baby. Gina says Miss Piggy wanted to see her push-up bra. Yes, indeed, Gina. Hey, appreciate you so much. Appreciate you so much. But you got the analogy. You understood what I was saying, right? So sometimes you need that support system. You need to have something to contain it, right? You need to have something that can keep it in place. And especially if you're working out, you need to have something that can at least secure it so that you don't have to worry about it, right? So let me know if I'm wrong, right? So now that we got something that's in center to push it up, that's embellishing the look overall, right? It's still there. It's still doing its job, but now you got some embellishment that's going on right there. Now you got something that you can utilize and use that others can benefit from, and that will be the Sam Williams, right? That will be the Michael Parsons, right? That will be even Leighton Vander Esch. Hey, he's right in the middle, so you will be able to see him work his actions too. I was going to say something else, but I don't want to get canceled over here. Yeah. So Cowboy Nation, I really appreciate y'all so much. I thank y'all for joining in for this particular show. Ready for OTAs? Yes, indeed, man. I'm ready to see how these boys can all work together. I truly believe that this particular team, we're going to be better against the run. That's our last stoppage right there. We can't be 22nd again. We can't be 15 nor 10. I'm greedy. I want us to be top 5 in that spot. I really do. I really do. I want us to continue to have push up in the middle, right? I really do. We see the potentials, but now we're going to be able to work that right in the middle. Passing defense, I want us to be better. Yards per game, I want us to be top 5. I would live with top 5 in all of those categories right now. Offense, I know we're going to get back to the good spots in the offense. That's why we didn't have to bring that up. Dak Prescott, he got to be more efficient. How do you get Dak Prescott more efficient? Well, you get him better wide receivers. Thank you, Noah Brown. We appreciate you for your services and your work. But, hey, we don't have to worry about Noah Brown anymore, right? That's the Texans' problem, right? So appreciate you, Ken Owen says, man, fire show, great content. Yes. But what if I told you 3 sacks, 14 solo tackles, 1 forced fumble from a rookie? Would you like that from a rookie? Let me know in the chat. Would you like to see 3 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 14 solos? Let me know in the chat if you like that from a rookie. Would you like to see that from a rookie? Traveling down that lane for you guys, you know. Run game, yes, indeed. Let's get it. Yes, y'all would like that. Let me see what my guy Jay Tuck was talking about.
Well, who would you take?
Personally, I would go with Mozzie because I know that he helps us now with the guard. I love the guard too. My question is, you're adding something to it where we have depth. I think the defensive lineman gives you an immediate starter and something for the future.
Here, I am cut throat if we missed one of those 2 guys after having them both here in our hands.
We're better on the line of scrimmage with either one of these guys. We've had offensive linemen there. We've had the opportunity to pick them. We've not had a defensive lineman, interior defensive lineman that high in quite some time.
We're good. Let's keep on the phone.
Oh, so they actually put that all on tape right there. I didn't even know. Shout out to Cowboys. All right, so Jay Tuck said this make the second round pick even more of an head scratcher because they could have went with Mozzie than Osiris Torrance. So I get it. I think that when we look back at it, I appreciate y'all for sharing this with me, man. Y'all said Jay Tuck did it. So, yeah, appreciate Jay Tuck, man, for sharing that interview right there. One other thing. We good, y'all. We good, dog. You know.
That impressive.
Y'all see it, right?
Excellent. Fatality.
Look it up.
Vaughn gets the edge. Deuce Vaughn in the clear. Can he make the man miss? Touchdown, Kansas State. And
well done.
When I show you guys this before we depart, this is the reason why. We're not looking for a lot of starters. We're not. And we're not worried about what other teams are doing as well. Because the other element that you got to understand, this right here, some NFL executive around the league are getting annoyed with how much praises Eagles' Howie Roseman has been receiving during the draft. Per Peter Stretch, how you say that man's name? Scredge. I can tell y'all, we're not worried over here. No, we're not worried at all. Ain't that right, Illmatic? We're not worried at all. Illmatic says, Law, the disrespect shown to HBCUs by the NFL was ridiculous. Them boys all undrafted and angry. Camp gonna be lit. Yep, because it's the...
Simply because you don't have evidence that something does exist does not mean that you have evidence that something doesn't exist.
Yeah, so all of this, man, about to work favors for us, man. Especially those... Shout out to HBCUs, man. You know, I'm D. Jackson State University, proud member of all what they do and support them. Shout out to Prime when he was here with HBCUs, but it is what it is. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, those boys going to have to get it out of the mud and earn it themselves, the guys that's on this team, regardless of disrespect or not. When I asked you guys, would you like 3 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and 14 solo tackles, you said yes. It was a trick question because I'm coming here to tell y'all, if I hit place and I post this over here, that's what Taco Charlton did for you. That is what he brought to the table for you over there for his particular rookie year with the Cowboys. So what I'm saying is this right here. The 3 sacks that he was eligible to get was on the side where D-Law was at. He never got a sack on the opposite side. What happened when the Cowboys got this dude, Taco Charlton, they thought that they got a guy to replace D-Law. So himself, D-Law, elevated his game and played lights out for 2 years in a row. Who remember 14 sacks and then follow it up with 12 sacks. What I'm saying is sometimes the pitcher, it's hard to see the pitcher when you are in the frame. And what happened, Taco was forced to play on the opposite side, and he never lived up to his potentials. In 2019, yes, he had 5 sacks on the edge, and that was his best season. But Taco was Taco. He was well done. But I'm going to tell y'all, right now, you guys, when I know it's different between a guy playing down inside juxtaposed to a guy playing on the outside. If we can get 3 sacks from the interior out of Mozzie, that will be lights out for us. That will be phenomenal for us. But we're looking for him not to do the sack thing. We're looking for him to help benefit the others that's on this team, like the D-Laws and like the Sam Williams and like Michael Parsons and like my guy, LVE. That's why I just wanted to bring that up, Cowboy Nation. But as the room fill up, be sure to smash upon the like button. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. The name is Law Nation Sports. Write these things down. A prize fighter, even when he's down, he continue to swing. Unless he's Nate Robinson, right? You know that you are a puncher's chance away from winning. All it takes is one punch. That body blow will bring you down to the knees. If you think I'm lying, go ask Ryan Garcia. You know, it will bring you down to core. And if you need to fight and if you need to get it out of the mud, make sure that you work on your core. You never want to get hit in the stomach. And if you haven't been working out there, it will bring you down to your knees. It will. It absolutely will. So the Cowboys did just that on the defensive side of the coin. Now, also, we have a little issue, ladies and gentlemen, with O-line. And that will be the off-season evaluation for this team. Sometimes people don't have the proper priorities in order, right? I've seen people go buy fancy cars. I've seen people go buy the whole Jordan setup with the shoes. I've seen people go with that same mindset to go get rims to put on car, right? And they don't get their teeth checked out. They got a tooth that's in the back of their mouth that's giving up all types of funk. They are scared to go to the dentist. They are scared to fix the priority, the number one thing, their mouth, right? There's somebody right now chewing on one side just all day. But they got the Jordans on in the chain. Priorities all messed up, right? Go get your teeth fixed up. Go ahead and get that check out, right? Get your priorities together. And I don't want the Cowboys to get everything fixed up and fixed out and leave that left guard spot alone. A lot of you guys don't like what I'm saying right now. A lot of you guys don't understand what I'm trying to present to you. But I'm going to tell you right now that Cowboy Nation, get your mouth together, right? Don't be chewing on one side and avoiding the other, and you still got that smell there. And those who don't like what I'm saying, all I'm saying is also, like I said in the draft, we are trying to get your kids out of the street. They're playing in traffic. There's cars speeding down there. And we saying, hey, get them kids out the street. Don't get mad at the messenger, right? We're trying to put things in place so that you won't be in danger or they won't be in danger. And you get mad at everybody but the kids that's playing in the streets. That's all I'm saying. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep. If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan, and lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence and stern pertinacity, if neither cold, poverty, or famish, or fame, or sickness of your body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty, guess what? Even with a push-up bra, ladies, you will get it. Cowboy Nation, that's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Somebody said, man, I have to go brush my teeth now, man, and set up an appointment with the dentist. I know y'all are, man. I know you guys are, you know.
I want me.
Let's go, baby. We about one love, baby.
He needs some milk.
No doubt. Where my button at? Where is it?
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on,
oh,
man.
my gosh, man.
Damn.
Let's go.
Damn.
Call your dentist. Let's go.
Whoa. Give me my theme music.
Yeah. Come on. Hey. All right. Here I go. Here I go. Here I go. Here I go, baby.
Yeah, I just wanna run it up.
Let's get it.
Check or something. I've been really in the field, let up. Yeah. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run.
Let's get it. Actually, that quote is from Burton Braley, not Les Brown, by the way. Burton Braley, if you want a thing bad enough. So no, that's not stealing, Atom. Do your homework, baby, and charge it to the gang. You dealing with nothing but the best.
Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change to the safe, got blues inside.
Come on.
Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play.
Charge it to the game.
I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Revan now.
Hey.
I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me.
Hey.
I mix Nike with designer, I experiment.
Let's roll those credits, baby.
On the shelf and I'm not feeling it.
Hey.
Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing.
Smoke one for ya. El Patrol. Illmatic. Appreciate y'all for the support. Let's get it. Hey.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Got him.
Kinda check the song.
Emotional damage.
Come on.
Count that too.
Appreciate y'all.
Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. I just be off the dome.
Hey.
I never own no chrome.
Oh.
Too many foes and clothes.
Come on.
Yeah. I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone. Yeah. I be really in the field.
Hey.
Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no
in the beginning. I bet you Smooth was sitting there like, damn, let me go look it up. And then he says, Burton Braley. Damn, man, long 5 steps ahead of me, man. God, dog. Let's go, baby. What love?
Lately, I just wanna run it up.
When you have favor, people may not try to kill you, but they will try to diminish you. They have a hard time respecting you when you got favor. It's like this. The best way I can describe it is, it's just hard for them to celebrate you. That's the spirit of jealousy. The spirit of jealousy doesn't just want what you got. It's just hard to be happy for whatever you got. Just like if it's time to clap for you, their hands won't touch. It's just that, They can't make the clap sound. It's just they'll secretly look at your post, but they can't hit the like button. I just can't hit like. I can't hit the heart. I can't even repost it because I don't like you.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Jealousy always ascends. It is actually twisted applause. It always ascends. You know, I ain't never been jealous of somebody that was doing worse than me. People who are hating on you because they're looking up at you. You'll get that later on. Hate always rises. It rises from a little place. Yeah. And a little person will try to belittle the person they're looking up to. That's hate. When you have favor, people may not try to kill you.
Hey, come on. Until next time, DC for life. Come on. Hey.
Take a drag of my cigarette. Breathe me out, breathe you in. Yeah. Take a bite of my burger, babe. Save the last bite for you.
And you.
For you. Ooh.
Come on, Miss Piggy.
Hit you all alone.
What that street lighter? Come on.
Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be your player too? I follow.
Watch how she dodged that street light.
Whatever you do, player too.
Dodge it, girl. Dodge it. Oh. Oh.
Oh.
And another one.
And another one. Fighting you was the one I lost. 7 wonders all in one.
All at one.
Don't let
The street lights hit you.
all alone.
Don't let it hit you, baby.
You know it's dangerous to go alone.
Come on.
Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I
be your
player too?
I follow.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, player too.
Come on.
If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far.
Shout out to you, Jay Business. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Then forever doesn't feel that
Pig is
far.
dodging. She dodging
So
though.
far, so far. If a paper crane can fly.
Look how big she got though.
Fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at y'all.
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at you.
Shout out to you, D Webb, for the support. Law about to have the BBWs all the way outside. You crazy, man. Until next time, man. One love.
That's where the guts went. Just dropped them.
God damn.
You have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to be,
You want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
This motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss. No. In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
We answered, I talked stuff, I thought we had it, but it goes to show you who's a better team, and I'm sticking Cowboys.
You stupid.
You're crying.
I'm hurt. I love my Eagles. I don't believe it.
You're gonna clap the hat one more time for the Eagles with a hard fight.
You pray for rain, you gotta deal with the mud too.
Let's go Birds, fly Eagles, fly. Still.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Why you keep talking about us?
This is Sparta!
You stupid.
Let me get on up out of here, man.
I want me some glory hole.